charm. Michigan Rose Show. Michigan Rose Show. Fun grown doing big ass grows. Red Southern Farms also got the flame. Michigan Bros grows folks. Just wanna grow something to smoke. Michigan Bros Show. Michigan Bros Show. Michigan Bros Show. Michigan Bros Show.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live, everybody. What is going on? I'm here. My
Cheers.
dogs are barking. Everything's good.
Perfect. Great.
Perfect timing.
Excellent intro. Thank you all for joining us for the Bro Show Live number 173.
We haven't done the numbers in a while.
Yeah.
Hope everybody had a
Approaching
filling
200.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gobble gobble, bitches.
That's very
Very much in the spirit.
thankful.
Gobble a bit.
Congratulations to the U of M for their victory over Ohio State yesterday.
Thank you. Skills,
old-fashioned
I was just about
drubbing.
to mention it.
Go blue.
Thrashing.
Hail to the victors, valiant. Hail to. Okay, that's all.
Fucking sweet, man. I was
That's
so
all you're
excited.
getting.
You know, anytime we can beat Ohio State is a good day.
It's a good day.
So even if you're a Michigan State fan, you've got to agree with that, Spartan, right? You hate Ohio State too.
I wouldn't say hate Ohio State, but yeah, I would. Wasn't upset to see them lose.
Good.
Which
Good.
which is worse, Michigan or Ohio?
Me, if I had to pick, like if I want to see
Yeah.
Michigan State beat one of them,
Yep.
good. I'd rather Michigan State beat Michigan.
Yeah, it's got to be the
Okay.
in-state rivalry first. We don't have to look outside the state for our rivalry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for state, Michigan is the bigger rival, but I think for
Right.
Michigan, Ohio State is the bigger
Look at
rival.
Michigan State; they lost half their fucking team in a fucking stupid scuffle in the fucking
Right.
tunnel.
Gosh,
A kerfuffle?
They ate
Kerfuffles.
There was a little bit of a curveball.
I believe that's the scientific
love.
term.
no love, man.
Anyway, congratulations to the Wolverines for pulling that out. We didn't really have much faith, especially since we knew that Corum probably wasn't going to play, which is their star running back. And everybody stepped up, and they were, I don't know, they looked terrible in the beginning, and then they turned it around in the second half. We're a different team, and it was fun to watch. Every time I went to the kitchen, they would score, and I was like, what the hell? Like every time I watched, they were playing shitty, and so I was like, I guess I have to go out to the kitchen and just stay in the kitchen while the game happens, because it's the only time that they're playing well. And then the rest of the game was great, so I was able to watch. But
I mean, superstitious sports is the way to go, right?
I
I mean,
am
anything.
so superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was fun. It was a fun sports weekend.
Cheers, chat. Thank you for joining us this evening. In the very beginning, make sure that you guys have given the live stream a thumbs up, and please switch over to live chat. And if you have any questions, toss them in the chat, and we will talk about it.
Good reminder, Skilbo. Always got the live chat sign out.
Thank you, Red, for the assist.
We give a big shout out to the Third Eye Muse Craft Affair. It's holiday season, guys. If you are doing shopping for yourself or for your friends, family, significant others, and you're picking up some homemade goodies, all of the craft cannabis caregivers, artisans, there's tie-dye makers, food makers, dude. All the crafters, man, have been up there in Lansing at the Fledge off Eureka Street, down kind of off Pennsylvania and Kalamazoo Street down in downtown. It's 3 cans to get in or $10. One up there, they're having a coat drive, drop off hats, coats, gloves, socks, anything warm for people, and do some shopping. So we're finding all of the independent business owners down there. Shop local, shop independent, and that gives you a chance to do that.
Dude, I like those triple win situations. You're helping out somebody in need. You're getting access to some medicine, and people that have it to vend have an opportunity to vend it.
And
Oh yeah.
get a chance to
Tell the
you get a chance
MCMA
to
suck
support
it.
you get a chance to support the craft cannabis industry rather than the MCMA.
I already got in trouble from chat for my concentrate I showed, but it was a free gift, guys. I don't support those companies usually, so I'm sorry if I offended you.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
it's super boost. That's why I showed it, because you guys are always talking about it, and I had no idea that it was like lemon lime, and I like the strain.
Yeah, it smells pretty good.
Super dense, right?
I don't remember
Really?
lemon lime on
It's
Super Boost.
concentrate.
Concentrate. So
Not really lemon lime. So like
Oh,
when
it's a
it was
concentrate, never mind.
growing, it was, to me it was lemon pez, like that dry lemon pez smell. But when I smoke it, I never get the same thing. I
Could be
forget
like
what I get when I smoke it. It's
Could be
something
citrusy.
different.
but probably.
I guess I could see lemon lime. It's definitely like a citrusy.
I love the lemon lime. We've been smoking a lot of the Triple X, and it's such a good flavor.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I
Love
just smoked Chernobyl, and that's got the lemon lime. It's
Um,
finishing
Speaking
up
of, I
drying.
put seeds in cups, guys.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
We're growing again over here. We got the Las Vegas Lemon Skunk and Endgame Cross. We got the Cherry Crescendo that's already popped. We've got Limerilla F1. Brandon Rust, once upon a time, told me I'm one of the only people that have that, so I'm excited to pop that. And then pop some of the Get Down, which I got from Yeti and Amanda, which is supposed to be in, what did it say, like electric orange or something in the description of it?
If you get it off Yeti, it's usually a fucking fire one. Man.
It's from
Yeah.
Soulfire Genetics. And
Yeah,
then
Soulfire's been real good.
Granny Skunk from Dominion Seed Company. So I'm really, really excited to run a bunch of those, especially skunk crosses, see if we can.
How many beans did you pop of each one? A couple of them, or these are regs, right?
I popped around 18 seeds total, something like that. I want to have about 12 or so keepers when I'm done. Most of them are regulars, so I popped extra
Right.
to account for a buffer. We'll see. Hopefully there's extra to cut down, I learned that like when we went through mitten the very first time,
Mhm.
and they're like, we grow this many veg plants, and then we put this many into flour. And that means that this many don't make it. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I end up bringing some shitty plants along just to fill tables and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What I tell you today, Spartan? I was like, so if we're doing 16 plants, we'll probably take 20 cuts off a mom. So that's all we need is a 20 cut mom.
Right.
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 It's
Yeah.
not a matter of thinking that they're not going to root or they're not going to pop or they're not going to be, females, but sometimes it's just a matter of like, especially in cloning, the one that you think is going to take off doesn't necessarily. And you're like, well, okay, which one has the best structure and the onset of roots? Which one am I going to run with?
Yeah, and it's a big timeline thing. Like so, like okay, fine, 4 of them may not root real fast. They'll root. Everything usually ends up rooting, but at least you have the 16 or whatever you need, the number you need to start the next round, and not have some like one that's like a week behind that you can tell in the canopy if you look at it. But yeah, that's exciting. So you're gonna go to Root Riot then, or
No, usually once these will get tails, I'll put them right into solo cups full of cocoa. And do
okay?
it.
Hell
And then I'll
yeah.
go from there into 1 gals.
He actually had to make a run to the supply store today.
I got
Yeah.
some Boost cocoa. Have you ever used that?
Yeah,
kind?
but they
Yes.
so yeah, so the problem is I go to the same store you probably got it from, and I got some and it molded,
Oh,
and
okay.
I emailed them and I was like, "Yo, what's up? This molded. Usually I don't have this stuff molded, like pretty bad." And then they were like, "Where'd you get that? Because we don't sell that anymore." The Gorilla Boost company. And I was like, "Oh, so
Like a different blend or something.
Old
So
stock.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him next time I go, but I don't know if maybe that's just old stock or what. But I've used it and it was good when it wasn't moldy.
Right.
It was good as
It's
hell.
soil. It should be fine.
They had more
But
than one variety. I'm
I
sure
like
probably like whatever you got was inoculated with some mycorrhizae or something.
yeah, exactly. I can't be too upset. It was only 2
Yeah.
bags but the pure cocoa, what's another good brand? Charcore. That's what we were
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
at work. And then, but you gotta find that. I can't find that usually. And then, if you can find it, Royal Gold makes a cocoa only, and not a lot of places carry it though.
That's
But
what I was aiming for. I didn't want little perlite.
yeah, it dries
Yeah.
out so fast. I switched to 2 gallons here, and it sucks because like I should
Super
be
was
doing
okay.
two, I
That
should
Royal
be
Gold.
doing 2 a day. But
Yeah, but 2 gals, man, that's really fucking.
That's what I'm saying. I should be doing 2 waters a day, but I'm pushing at the 1, and I don't have to do that with the 3 gals. Or I feel like if it were cocoa only, but the perlite is aeration. It makes it dry out quicker. So
Yeah.
that
I
makes
didn't like
sense.
the cocoa only. I tried that and I hated it. I didn't like it.
I like it at work. That's
like
what
it.
I
Yeah,
learned
really
from
hard.
work. And
Mm.
it's just like you save perlite is 30% of your cocoa space, so you're saving 30% product substrate, by not using perlite.
It
And
seems like
then
you
the
can.
root zones are usually fine,
Yeah, that's true.
but
I didn't like it.
yeah, Gorilla Boost, that stuff was good. Just make sure it stays not humid, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'll be using it right away. So it should
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of stored it for a while because I'm down south of y'all. I was like, I'm gonna buy like 6 bags. That way I don't have to come back for a while. And that was the thing. So like the bottom too.
Well, especially when
And
we were running into
yeah.
shortages and stuff. Remember when you couldn't get cocoa sometimes?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's exciting. Get them right into solar cups of cocoa,
Yeah.
and then get them into veg. What's up for goalie?
Welcome.
Meow,
Cheers.
meow, meow.
Cheers, guys.
Always
Happy Thanksgiving,
so
Thanksgiving. and all that.
fashionably late.
It's every time. I can't help it.
The fraction's gone.
For real though, it's a struggle, man. It's been a long time since I had to do I don't know, long division, I guess, by hand and not like on a calculator. Although I will say, For those of you that are old enough, you'll remember. I got told all the way through high school that we're not going to walk around with a calculator in our pocket the rest of our lives. We better learn how to do it.
One of those.
Yeah, now you can talk to the calculator.
Yeah.
We were doing build out today, Spartan and I. We were doing some write down, like all our math was
High
writing
level.
it down, and yeah, we were just like, oh shit, what's this? Minus divide by that. No, you need that, but it ended up working out. So it looked.
Yeah, I was
pretty
like,
good.
he'd tell me something. I'm like, let's just get this paper. He had actually graph paper, which was awesome.
Yeah, I like
I was
graph
like-
paper.
I was like, let's just write it down because I can't visualize that shit. And then be able to write it down and be able to see it is so much easier for me. And once we did that, we really got some shit done. We were making blueprints and shit.
Spartan, I feel you on that visualization. Like, I would be the absolute worst interior designer because I would have to set it all up first to see if I liked it or not. You know, it's just one of those things. I don't know.
Yeah, move it around 100 times.
Some jobs you don't get to see the end result first. You just gotta measure it and figure it out ahead of time.
Well, and actually, an interior designer is different from a decorator. A lot of people think
Oh.
interior design is the person that actually picks out all the fabric and the chairs and the paint and everything. And a designer is a space planner. That's what I went to school for. So there's a distinction.
So when you
appreciate
say,
that.
wait a minute, when you say space planner, can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
They do. Well, when I went to school, we did like CAD drafting and like we had to know like electrical and like that everything had to be 6 feet apart for every plug. And we had to fucking know shit, not just, oh, I like that pink.
Well, that's what I was going to say is CAD
Wow,
is like one way to visualize it.
Real hostility there.
Hostility.
I did have some fucking hostility, man. I paid fucking a lot of money for my goddamn college degree that I don't do anything with. But
Wear
yeah,
it like a badge of honor that you are multi-talented in a way to earn a living. You don't necessarily need
Well,
the
and she
paper.
could convert, let's be honest, she could convert those skills into the grow room. I have a friend that runs a Class C who does all of his design on CAD, like for the grow and stuff. So, I mean, hey, you got a lot of knowledge and experience that might be put to use in this industry too.
yeah, I mean,
Codes, man.
it has some use. I mean, I still use it for some things, but you know, just had to make that distinction. Nobody knows. That's why. Like
Well, thank
nobody.
you. Thank
everyone's
you.
like,
Exactly.
"Oh, yeah,
That's why I
fucking
can be
problem."
neither.
Yeah,
Nobody
but-
knows.
No, there's a different like that. That's what I wanted to do. Like when I graduated, I wanted to design like commercial spaces and like bars and restaurants and like hotels. Like I wanted a space plan. Like you design the whole thing. Like you don't just like move furniture around. Like you design it. And
Feng shui.
yeah, well, it has to all be handicap accessible. Man, when I used to do my presentations at MSU, I got torn up by this person in a wheelchair because I designed this library that just
Yep.
was not cool for
Oh,
him.
accessibility.
Yeah, well, the thing about that is any federal grant, back in my day, any federal grant, you had to have handicap accessibility in all things. And it's only become even
Yep.
more so over the last 30 years since. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
man, we went to a Subway today on our way home, and there was no changing table in the restroom for the baby. That was one of those things where you don't think about it until it happens.
So
you know?
inconvenient. It makes it so hard to roll a joint when you're.
Big 2 foot long joints.
Ooh, that's a gross
the best-
joint. God damn.
Oh, man.
The best
No,
worst
no,
use of a
that's
rolling
it.
tray ever.
he's the one. So when I pick the baby up and I see that there's a little bit of,
Keef
shake
on
on him
there?
and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, a little keefing is there. Yeah, man.
I'm the one getting keef on your kids.
That sounded dirty.
Hey, going back to that triple X, since we're always bringing it all the way back around, who's doing the trimming on all that? Is it Sequence earning his keep or Painted Lady, or are you just keeping the home fires burning trimming?
We trim it about 6 nugs at a time right before we smoke it.
Okay, all right, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, we're just not really messing with it too much. Other than, I mean, I don't know. We probably will trim some up, but with the holidays and everything, we've been pretty busy. And him being gone 3 out of the 4 weeks, and
Yeah.
yeah, trimming's not exactly my favorite thing to do. So I've been taking a break.
Well, I always wondered, unless it's your own personal. I mean, if it's your personal style, like unless it's for somebody else, I suppose, or for bag appeal, what is the purpose of trimming? You know, I mean, for me, I don't trim
Just
my own. I
convenience.
don't trim my own weed. You know,
Yeah, the only thing it'd be more convenient to just have a whole jar of like trim.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
Yeah.
about it. That's about
like
it.
here's some Chernobyl. There's
Yeah.
nothing on that you want to smoke.
no, but that's easily removable when you're breaking.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like when I pick, that's
Like,
what I'm gonna do.
yeah,
I'm gonna pick this up,
to sit down
pick
and
that
spend
off.
5 hours trimming is, you know, like
Yeah, I get you.
remove
Well,
it.
I think a lot of that comes down to proper pre-procedure, like defoliating during the grow, so it keeps the leaves down.
Yeah.
Good either pre-harvest pluck or right when you harvest, you hang it and then pluck all the leaves you can off. Shit like that. Like when I did that with this Chernobyl, I can pretty much do what you said and
Right. Just
do a
flick
little
off
quick
a couple
trim
of
and boom,
leaves.
now you got a nug ready to smoke.
Yeah.
Our personal sits in the jar untrimmed because like all that stuff I'll just smoke a lot of that stuff. I mean, if it's not a fan leaf,
Right.
I'll
Do you-
use
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think it cures better though?
absolutely.
I do too.
It tucks. And on the other side of that, when it is, for somebody else, if I trim it right before I give it to them, it kind of opens up the flavonoids,
Yeah, preserves the terp.
That's an easy experiment we can do because all it takes is one plant.
But it's not like we have a lot. Like this
You
is
trim
small.
one plant and you put the other in a jar that you don't trim.
Or just half the plant trimmed and half untrimmed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See what you
Same
think
plant.
after a week, after 2 weeks, after a month.
I would be surprised if there's a huge difference. I don't know.
I
I'm a
don't
trimmer.
think there would
I'm
be.
a trimmer. I
But-
trim it. I'll sit there and I'll fucking
Yeah.
trim a little. If it's too much, I won't do it all in one day. But
Right.
as long as I'll just keep at it, do at least a couple ounces a day.
Yeah,
or-
I'll do like stages, couple
That's me.
plants.
a
Those done.
trimmed. If I trim a jar of weed and it sits in the cupboard next to a bucket of weed that's not trimmed, that jar of trimmed
Listen.
weed is going to smell a lot different than that untrimmed after I trim that.
What if you had the untrimmed in a jar? It's similar to the jar you had the trimmed weed in, sitting next to it on the same shelf. You'd still think there'd be a big difference? I think being bigger volume with everything else, I do think that's why I have big jars. I put them all in one big batch. I like
I
that.
like big jars. I cannot lie.
I do.
I was
Like big,
thinking the same thing, Scobo.
Yeah, man.
what if he's in chat? I like big
There's
jars.
other
He's a cool guy.
jars I will.
Shout out to Big Jar Grows.
Big Jar is a cool guy.
Yeah. He had a really good Cuvée grow recently.
He
I
did.
smoked.
If he needed
That's
a
delicious.
go song, like if he
There you go.
There you go. There's your theme song, right?
Some people just really think it all
Kazoo.
out for their name,
Yeah,
Get it
man.
all figured out.
Exactly.
I like big jars and I cannot lie.
I think there comes a point though, like
We could do
I
something with
have,
that.
I do have a jar of some super old shit, some Keweenaw copper still.
Wow.
And an experiment that I did with that is I dried it. I did 4 weeks of a cure on it, and I knew I wasn't going to get to it for a while. So I pulled out my vacuum sealer, put the wide mouth jar extension on it, and then sealed the jar. And I left it sealed for, I think it was like 18 months. And then I broke it open, and it's funny. My wife is very, very sensitive to cannabis smells. So I have to really be careful, like what I smoke in the garage versus what I smoke outside and shit. But the oldest shit that I have, like the Keweenaw copper in the beginning, used to just smoke her out. She'd, make a big production out of it. Now, when I light it up, I didn't tell her what it was. I'm smoking it, and she doesn't even realize that I'm smoking weed. It's very strange. It still has a very sedative effect to it, but like all of the notes gone. You know
When
what I
you
mean?
said she's really sensitive to smell, I thought you were gonna be like, I opened the jar and she was like, "Is that Keweenaw?" or something like that.
No, but she knows what GMO is, though.
That's cool.
Yeah, GMO and GG4. So that's that damn garlic. Yes,
I
it
was-
is.
I was with these secrets. I was waiting for him to say that, and he totally did a 180 on it.
Yeah, I was waiting
I
for like
know.
a Spider-Man type of sense of smell.
No, that was. Here's a strange one.
My spidey senses.
I use other people to get an impression of what smoke is, like everybody else. And some people smell the same thing in everything for cannabis, and I don't know if you
Right.
guys have seen that before. Like
Oh, yeah.
someone always smells citrus, or someone always smells pine.
Well, some people just be like, this just all smells like weed.
You get that
Yeah.
too sometimes. They get like a, I don't know.
You get that.
I don't think you could say that all weed smells the same though. Like, and I'm not even coming at it from like a
I don't
snooty
think you
standpoint.
can, but you'll get
I
that.
think there's a baseline.
Yeah.
A
You
base.
can,
Okay.
quantify, you can quantify that it doesn't smell the same.
This is cannabis.
You have terpenes.
Well, it's like I
Yeah.
smell that weed smell,
So
but this has weed
I
smell
think-
and great.
I think
This
that
has
common
weed
smell
smell
comes
and
out
odor.
in the smoke, not in the plant.
yeah, fair.
The common smell that you're talking about, I think it's in the smoke.
I was gonna say there's
Yeah.
a lot of different smells for cannabis.
Yeah,
But like when you're walking around, you'll be like, oh, I can
Yeah.
smell that.
that's a good point. Smell and smoke are doing. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Smoking at a
But
festival.
even then, Spartan, I do agree that it definitely like all kind of like comes to a very similar smell together when it's smoked. But going to so many events, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can back me up here, you can smell bad weed in the air too. You know what I mean? You can you can smell when there's something that's just not right.
That hate
Yeah.
that transfers into smoke.
Like a
Well, the
blunt?
sad
Like
part
a
for
blunt
girl,
that you know?
unfortunately, is like bad weed smell is usually nostalgic because I'll be like, oh man,
Right.
I remember that shit.
Mm.
That's back
That's
in
just
the
great for the
day.
one that throw me.
Who's
because
got the mids?
It's got the
And I
other-
mean, I'm not making
no.
a joke. Who's got real mids?
There's the boof,
Yeah,
and then
take
there's
me
the
back to
super
the-
boof, and there's a hell of a
Super
distinction,
boof.
right?
Yeah, and then there's brick fucking weed.
I smell
like
burning
it, Red.
seeds.
That was
Yeah.
for Kazu.
Yeah, well, we at least plucked those out.
Shout out to Kazu for the shirt I'm wearing. He's in chat.
Wait,
Shout out
is
to
it
Horse Farm
Kazu or
and sharing in
Kazu?
chat that they really need some weed help.
I'm from Michigan, so I'm going to say Kazu.
That's right.
Yeah.
Think of
Show
the
me your
instrument.
boobs.
Kurt, most of us can smoke nonstop because we are homeowners, adult citizens of
Right.
Michigan. But a lot of us smoke. A lot of us traditionally over the course of our show that you've watched have been in basements and stuff. That's where Spartan streamed from forever.
Me too.
Skilmo as well. And
The secret is to have the gigantic carbon scrubber with like the 8-inch fan as like a sub lung room that goes to these things, so that like if you notice, there's never any smoke that lays around here. It's always in
Right.
perpetual motion. You know,
Well, you could
My old-
just set up a fan to a carbon scrubber.
I've
Right
got a
behind
carbon
you.
scrubber just to my right. I've got sitting
Yeah.
right there.
I've got one 6 feet that way. It's a 4-inch. It's running right now.
there you go, guys.
it's a matter of trying
There
to
you go,
find the,
6-inch one
what's-
sitting right here.
what's
I
your
believe
quiet
in
brand.
freedom. I got nothing.
Because you can fuck this up. Okay, you got Cyber Monday and shit coming up, and they're gonna try to hit you with those iFixit fans and stuff. Don't fuck with those or whatever the
What's your
name-
Chinese brand to avoid? You know?
whatever it would be. Don't fall for that. Spend the extra money especially when it comes to a carbon scrubber. You obviously are buying it for a reason. You're not buying it for a half-ass reason. You're actually cracking down for the money for a reason, and you're gonna have to spend the money to do it. You're gonna be like, this is 3 times more than this other one that I could get for $40. Yes, you can get that for $40, and you might as well just not even have it really, or it's only gonna last for so long. These are
You
like
could always
long-
just rock with
Oh.
like if you have a spare like fan and carbon filter, just set
all
them up.
growers do, man.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Well,
I
that-
was
I-
looking at air filters
mean-
and prices. I'm like,
HPS
fuck that.
gang, baby.
Car-
I mean, it's
carbon-
not like you need an
Yeah.
AC Infinity for a
No.
carbon scrubber.
No, but an AC
That's just
Infinity
gonna
is a
send the
quiet
current
fan,
run.
though.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
point.
Although
If
it's
you need
quiet.
quiet, if that's an issue, sure. But like, I would rather people put their money in the carbon filter, get a good
the-
quality carbon
fresh.
filter,
I
and
like
then I
fresh.
have a VivoSun 4-inch filter on a 4-inch to 6-inch reducer thing to the carbon filter, and that used to be my house scrubber, and that would just sit in the hallway scrubbing air.
Now, the other
But-
thing too is that you can't use like a small scrubber and a really large fan or a really high powered, because then you're pulling it across there too quickly.
Right.
It's not going to work right.
Real quick, like equation for this. Speaking of math, promise it's not divided fractions. Just take the CFM rating of your carbon filter and make sure it is higher than the CFM rating of your fan, or do what I have over here on my 4-inch and get. This is literally something I bought with my first grow on Amazon. One of those fan speed
Yeah, the
controllers,
speed controller.
and as long as you have the fan that works with it, which this stuff
They
is
all
like
do.
7
Just
years old.
plugs in.
I don't know. Like, it'll control the fan speed from kind of 0 to 100, if you will. and you can just turn it down. You know, if your fan's
Right.
too powerful.
It's just a variable resistor. That's all it is. You know what I mean? You just
Reset,
turning
yeah.
it down, reducing it.
Kurt, you got to pick your wife that will smoke with you. If you also notice, all the couples on the show all smoke together, so that solves that problem as well.
Scalps doesn't.
No, hell no.
It's
No.
true. Skill has a very tolerant wife that allows
Yeah.
him
They tolerate my fucking tomfoolery, that's for sure.
to.
Hey, how many are there?
I was wondering the same thing.
Polygamy going on over there.
Oh shit, I didn't realize. Oh, never mind. All right, I cleaned that.
East side things are different.
Good point.
I get a little too loose.
She's exercising her pronouns.
There you go. 4-inch filter in each tent, another 6 in the room, another big ass 8 fan, 30-inch filter for the whole basement. That's the other thing, is if you have a large carbon scrubber, you can also invest in the Ys and the splitters and things like that, and you can run multiple things off if you figure all that shit in. Because there is like how many times that you're supposed to exchange the air an hour? Isn't it like 3 times an hour or some shit for girly?
I thought it was like 3 times a minute.
Okay, whatever it is, it's some formula that you're supposed to exchange the air at, and that's how it's getting it done.
Well, I mean, in most people's houses, known as the air's not getting exchanged at all. So if you're doing something, that's better than nothing.
Something beats nothing 7 days a week.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a box fan with a fucking furnace filter strapped to it for something other than nothing. It's going to pull something out of it.
In a furnace
Kind of noisy though.
It would be noisy, but it would filter.
It's the $35
carbon
round, though.
filter ones. Put the carbon filter ones and fucking duct tape that shit, blow into it.
Especially if you're a renter, man. Like, you always hear about petty ass fucking people, like, the people below me smoke weed on their balcony and I threw water at them. Like, bro, what the fuck, man? It's some smoke, relax.
Right.
Fuck.
Like, my neighbors have chickens and we're not allowed to have chickens. What am I supposed
Look away,
to do?
Becca. Look away. Look
Yeah,
away.
those fuckers. I believe people would have chickens.
They're my pets. They're my loving.
Oh, don't make them your pets.
Oh,
That's
now she's
dangerous,
calling
Becca.
pets.
Yeah, when you eat them, you're gonna do. You're just.
Becca, you gotta
Or
get
something
one
else
of those
does.
chickens, one of those support vests.
A support vest.
That
That's,
means that they're pets because
they probably make that, dude.
they have 'em.
Come on, guys. Chicken is still pretty cheap.
Do they make a chicken
I'm
meat?
sorry, Becca.
Yeah, but eggs are the most inflated consumer good this year.
Really?
3% versus all the rest of the food. we
How's
buy.
the milk?
We haven't bought
Probably
eggs.
36 or something.
Oh
We
god.
ate eggs for dinner. And
I had eggs for breakfast.
delicious.
I still don't see how it's okay to eat egg. Like, eggs are the fucking grossest thing ever if you think about what they really are. Like, we don't go around eating abortion. I mean, I know this sounds terrible,
That's
but
not what that is. It's just
Yeah.
the egg. It's just the egg. It's not fertilized.
I know, but
It's not the same thing
What
at
else
all.
would you do with it?
so you
Rot.
go around eating
Egg.
jizz? Like, that's the same thing.
No, it's the opposite of that. It's not the same thing at all.
It's the rooster. The rooster would have the jizz. This is the
It's
chicken.
gross.
Exactly. This is the
It's
opposite of that.
Red past biology.
We
Oh, fuck.
Gross.
females.
But
eggs are-
I eat them. I eat them. It just is if you think
Under
about it.
protest, right?
It would.
It's not like you're eating a baby chicken. That's not what that
Humans eggs
is.
are far too
I
small.
I mean,
Balloon
wouldn't
is-
that be better though, by her logic?
Balloon is.
I don't know by her logic. I can't
It's right.
be honest.
Yeah, humans can't pop them out. We'd get into a lot of trouble reaching in there for eggs all the time.
Well, we don't reach into the chickens, Red. Just to clarify, or at least I'm not.
All right,
I mean,
well,
they
yeah,
just lay
they
them
leave them.
themselves.
They leave them. They leave them.
What are you doing over there on Red Setter Farm, huh?
Yeah.
We'd be sneaking into the toilet.
The black
helping
gloves
hand.
come out.
I heard there's like 375 eggs in there. Give them to me.
You're holding out on me. I know it.
Shows up in a wolf mask.
And also, eggs, well, humans only drop like once a month, whereas chickens drop once a day,
25
maybe
hours.
sometimes twice a day. They're much more productive.
Yeah, you guys are probably loaded with eggs now.
They're-
I actually,
Sounds like a souffle, man.
So,
I just,
is there a point when you guys are gonna need to have a rooster stop by to like stimulate your chickens?
I
or
have
something?
3 to rent out. One of them is very
Is that a
happy
thing?
to take
Like,
as
is that a
many
real
hens
thing?
as you want. No, you
What's
don't.
his name?
Only if we want new chickens from these chickens.
His
Oh,
name
okay.
is
Wait
Lionel.
What's
You
the-
just don't need them at all if you want eggs.
Oh, so
Hello?
you mean
Don't need a
Is
if
it
you want
me
to turn the
you're
eggs
clucking
that you guys
for?
eat
Exactly.
So
Scott.
into
roosters,
eggs that turn into chickens,
roosters will help protect
then
hawks. Except we have guard crows. We have a family
That's
of crows that
Guard
are
crows.
in our yard that were literally protecting our chickens yesterday. We had a hawk.
you ever eat a crow egg?
Because like a hawk, and I was like, crows, and they were like, caw,
You
caw.
called them to you.
This fucking hawk out of the neighborhood, dude. I'm like, they're gone. She's like, no, and I'm like, yeah, and it was fucking awesome.
I was
It
scared.
was so cool.
And
So
wow.
you get Red,
I
are you
was
gonna buy
like,
Red a
wow.
gauntlet so he can hold these perched crows?
Red,
Dude, crows. Yeah.
do you want to get a
crows
drone to
chase
defend your
hawks.
chickens, Red, or do you need
No,
like
he's
a-
gonna get a hawk. He's gonna train.
I got
it
a
to
pretty
go
sweet
after a
air
hawk.
shotgun.
No,
He's gonna get a falcon.
No,
so
no,
he'll
no,
punch
okay,
those
okay.
You got a
hawks
pretty
out.
close
All right,
neighborhood. too.
Red-tailed hawks are protected. You definitely don't want to shoot them.
Oh, we're shooting a hawk. I thought we were shooting the
Look at the
crow.
No,
color
it's
of the
just
tail.
like
Crows
No,
are
the
it's just
crows
like
are the
IPM.
buddies.
You get a
Crows
predator, you
chase
get
the
another
hawk.
Yeah,
hawk.
but
you
crows
train it.
usually
Falcon.
are little dicks
Punch
and they
it.
gossip and they sit on the fence.
Yeah, it's probably a crow.
Yeah, the
Falcon
crows,
punch,
and they're good. They're beneficial. Yeah, they're good.
because
Mm.
they don't like their predator as well, so they scare them away, right? And so we're thinking that
Yeah.
there's a crow nest or something right here,
Yeah, we
right
got.
by us,
Yeah.
trying to
They're like our
protect
sunflowers.
our area. But this hawk was huge.
Huge, and it was like coming right down.
Was
at
it
the-
red-tailed?
I don't
It was a
know.
white-bellied, big
Yeah.
old brown feathered. I
Yeah.
didn't see red on the tail, but I'm not
And
sure.
I
what
had
kind of
all
hawk
the
it was.
chickens out, and they were all out having
All right.
fun.
Oh no.
Here's what you do.
So scary.
You go to the pet store, you buy a rabbit.
No, you get a falcon, bro.
No, man,
We're
we
gonna
got
we're gonna
crows.
no, we're gonna buy a rabbit. We're gonna draw this
It's almost
falcon
a nice-
or hawk away
Yeah,
from
no,
your
it's a
house
story.
with a rabbit from the store.
You gotta get
Alright.
back to the part of
Yeah,
the
I
story
was looking for that
where
today,
we
I
have
couldn't find
guard
it.
crows.
That's one meal. It comes back,
We
bro.
guard bunnies.
No, yeah, but here's the key. You put it on your backpack or something and you ride your bike so you get it away from your house a good distance and then it just doesn't come back.
Hey,
You understand
baked,
that birds fly,
baked. Their
right?
their hunting radius is 2 miles. They'll be back.
All right, bikes
think-
go 2 miles for Goalie. Hey, for Goalie.
He's not going to leave that hunting radius, baked. He's going
I
to
can
come
do
back
2
and go
miles
for
on my
chickens.
bike.
You get some
Um,
nice silver nitrate and you seed the
You gotta
cloud.
get back, man.
There you go.
Tornado.
Yeah.
You blow the tree over, and
You
then
can
you
do
don't
4
have to-
miles.
Hey, Baked, why does it always have to be a Rube Goldberg thing with you? Like these crazy, over-engineered, like the epitome of the Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner, Acme, fucking. There's a
That's
tripwire
how-
that does
that's how-
this.
That's how great things are born, Skilbo. It's the imagination. Nobody was throwing any ideas that were legitimate to get rid of this hawk. You can't rent a
I
falcon.
did a falcon, bro.
We don't need
crows.
anything else. We're
There's
good.
falconers.
I-
You
got
get
the
those
crows.
falconers out there, and they will go
Oh,
out there and fucking
eventually,
punch
those
the
crows
fuck
are
out of a
gonna get
hawk.
murdered one by one by that hawk.
You actually can rent a falcon, bro.
Falcons are trained killers, man. They will
Let me
go
see.
and falcon
Let me
punch the
see.
fuck out of that hawk.
Like at Wimbledon, for example, they Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
The
Wimbledon.
tennis match.
Yeah, they rent falcons to keep like pigeons and shit away.
What about retrieving balls?
Michigan,
No, it's little boys
Michigan
class.
Falcon
You
renting.
lose your balls off and
We
run.
got FalconForce.com. Mm-hmm.
You can totally
There's
rent them.
ball girls too.
Sorry,
Girls retrieve balls
Sorry,
now.
children. They still use
All girls.
youths for the ball.
Ball fetchers, ball collector uppers.
All fetchers of all genders.
I think I mentioned this previously, but that reflective like ribbon tape works pretty well.
Oh,
It's just like an anti-bird.
I see
Topic.
people doing
Hey,
that.
did you guys ever solve the problem of the birds hitting themselves on the windows in front of the building?
No.
90% solved. I would
Well,
say.
how do we solve it?
Were those
They all died off.
those
Bruised.
decals on that front door that break up the image? It looks almost like a triangle.
Yeah, I'd say I guess 90. I'd
They
say
were hitting
more
that
80.
door every day,
bro.
bro. Every fucking day is what they
Okay,
were
well
doing
then
before those
yeah,
triangles.
then yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're migrating or something. I didn't see a lot this year. Anyways,
So
didn't
for a
fuck up the
callback
other-
for our
They were
chat,
fucking up the door across the street from the.
No, that's the same bloodstains it's always been.
Oh, okay.
We just don't clean well.
No, it's across the street. It's abandoned building. It's not like
Was it
So,
a
like-
crime scene with
They sold-
bloodstains?
They sold it.
no. So these birds, they're crane, herons, things, whatever.
Cranes, sandhill cranes.
They're cranes. They
They're
come up
fucking
and
big.
they see the front door, which is a big glass door, and they see the reflection, and they think it's another male, I guess, and go at it, and they bang their head against the door, the reflection,
Can't
until
tell
they
Intelligent creature.
bleed or die. I guess Spartan said they found dead ones, but I never have.
Did you guys cook
But we
them?
found the door blooded.
I don't know if you can cook 'em.
Sandhill crane?
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
listen.
They're actually
They're,
really
they're
Apparently they're
protected.
good eating. I looked
They're
them up when we were
protected.
doing
You
What?
can't you can't hunt them. You used to be able to
No.
in the 70s,
But
and they
you
had
You
the
find
still
best
can.
one.
You still
rib
can
meat.
in other states,
No,
just not
well,
Michigan.
yeah, maybe not Michigan,
If
but
you
they had
find
the best
one,
rib meat there is, like better than pork.
They
natural
got like a-
causes.
They got like a white meat on their their
If they
breast.
die
The
and you're
leg is more like a
watching the door
dark meat.
all the time.
Yeah, we
Huh.
didn't do anything. It killed itself, officer.
Welcome to the Michigan Butcher Show.
Officer.
Officer Yogi Bear, or whatever. What is it? The Forest Ranger.
Yogi
Hey,
Bear.
boo boo. How's
Close
about
enough.
some
Hey,
hair
boo-boo.
ribs?
Yo.
Don't tase me, bro.
We just adopted 5 more chickens today, Red and Becca. We brought
Adopted?
them up from.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
You
guess
rescued them?
Did you
Nah,
mesh
let's-
them together yet, or are you waiting?
that's in process. They're
What-
sitting.
hold on.
Like,
Do what together?
mesh
Like
them.
mesh the.
You have to
little-
introduce them, otherwise the pecking order will just get too crazy and they can end up dead,
Oh, they'll kill. They'll kill little ones.
No,
or just even other adults. Yeah,
They'll fuck each other up all the, yeah, for sure.
It's a
Yeah.
bird eat bird world out there,
you just
man.
Yeah, that's
slowly
crazy.
get them used to each
They're
other.
fucking little T-Rexes, man. They don't give
Yeah.
up.
legit. Yeah, that's basically what they are.
If your chickens see blood, they'll chase out the other chickens and just peck at their blood until they
They
die.
will. It's like-
Like they're really
What on 3? What's your rarest chicken? 1, 2, 3.
Protecting us.
They like my shoelaces, and they'll just like chase me.
I got
We
no
look
rare,
them.
no rare chicken breeds.
I don't think so. I've just got egg layers, nothing too crazy. But
Okay.
wear your Crocs around them, Red and Becca. They'll start pecking in between the holes in your Crocs, and it's a feeder. It's
Oh,
very very tickly.
Polo
times.
Loco.
What a
not great
weird.
at all.
No.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Oh my gosh, I love them.
I used to own a bird, so I don't have many positive thoughts about them anymore. But
I raised a Tasmanian.
What'd you have?
quail?
I had a African gray-haired parrot.
Oh wow, those things live like 45 years too.
His name was Floyd.
Nice.
How long did
Did Floyd move or did Floyd
Yeah,
fly
I
away?
moved. Floyd is adopted by someone else now.
but
But Floyd has been around for a long time, so he knows names of prior owners' kids.
Did you think he
Like-
talked shit about you?
But he would
100%.
mimic like the sound of the microwave beeping, or like like your cabinet door that squeaks. He would make
Yeah.
that noise all the time, like that sort of stuff. So he was really neat. But he was an asshole. He'd just cuddle with you and then turn and bite your face. Or whatever.
Yeah, I almost got a bird, but literally every site was like, they're gonna bite you.
They do. They bite you.
They're
They're
Yeah.
gonna bite you.
Like
Way more
they,
than my
they literally
pit bull,
said,
I'll tell
just
you
like he
that.
said, like they'll be nice to you, but then they'll turn and bite. It's like a cat. It's like a cat. You're you want me to pet your stomach, cat? Petting, and then all of a sudden you get 4 claw hands,
Right.
freaking out on your hand.
Well, it's not
And it's
like
like,
a
cat, you
scandal.
asked me to.
Yeah.
Because you were too aggressive, probably baked.
Yeah. And
What
it's-
do
but
you
it's-
want good pets?
Well,
No,
yeah,
No,
it's
you
different with
can't do that. You
Yeah.
have to be
Like a dog.
if they bite you, it's because you're doing it. too, right?
Jesus. I'm gonna refrain my
So-
comment.
I think baked needs to stick with birds because cats are a little bit different. I've never like had a cat, so I don't really understand. But birds, it's just a pecking order, man. You just got to get down there and peck
Yeah.
them, like show them who's boss. You know,
Have you beaked
Oh,
a parrot
man.
before? Have you pecked him back?
not a parrot. No, I would be too afraid to do that. But my
That's how you lose an
chicken
eyeball.
Lionel really tried to boss up on me one day, and I put him in his place.
They're
What'd you
very
do?
like territorial type, you know.
they go like, "Grr."
Hey, dude, the one
Me
at
and
old man
one
Robert
other-
Hash's house tried to flex on me
Roosters can
before.
be assholes, man. They'll
Yeah.
come right after you.
Yeah, we
Not
got
all of
3
them, but some of them.
Yeah.
They were going after my shoelaces, and then I was like trying to walk away because I just tied them, And then they just were following me, and then they were all following me, and then I was like, all right, this isn't fun anymore.
I was thinking it was a worm or something.
Be the
can
bigger
be-
bird and walk away.
Becca,
It
you're
can be
supposed
really-
to taste the chickens, not the other way around.
They're super chill. Really, I could just like go like that and push them away, and they'll be fine.
It can be kind of anxiety inducing
Me.
though.
They've pecked me a couple times. It doesn't hurt that bad. It's
No.
more shocking. Is all.
Well, you better start pecking them back.
That's
is all I
what a
gotta say.
chicken, a person infected with chicken disease.
Just
would
like
say.
randomly, like I'll be feeding them and like pulling food apart and stuff, and then they'll like go after my hand instead of the food.
Don't let them do that. I'm
Have,
serious.
Have you guys considered getting a
Can
vaccine?
you hiss
for
at
the
them and
bird
stuff,
flu?
or snap at them?
Yeah.
Barking works real well.
Oh, you can bark at them?
I don't know.
Take a
Oh.
joint out there and just blow smoke at him. Be like, chill.
There you go.
Like if it were
That would
if it were
probably
pecking you,
work.
could you be like, "Get off of me"?
Huh?
And it might react to that, or do they not have good hearing?
No,
They-
they would react to that.
I just push them away.
Yeah, you push them. You just push them away.
Oh,
I
you
believe
got
if you put up
physically
a no
remove them.
pecking sign, they'll respect that. They won't.
Yeah. What about signs? Can you get a sign?
I'm pretty sure signage
Good
works.
idea.
No,
They-
no tasting, no pecking.
Yep.
Easy
Get a
peasy.
neon one.
Mhm,
No pecking below the belt.
mhm.
Red, you just need to wear your gaiters out there.
So how many
And I
eggs
don't
will
mean
you
like
up to
the
a day?
Ric Flair gators is biting. I mean gators like the going fishing kind, the all green rubber ones and shit. Then you're impervious.
They are.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Red wants to be styling and profiling, man.
So what are you guys doing with these eggs? Are you
Wheeling,
swimming in
wheeling, and
eggs?
dealing.
Are you like making custard? Are you giving them away, or what's
Well,
the deal?
so
Only
we
have, like,
have
2 a
we
day.
have 6 chickens, but right now we're only getting about 2 a day because
Okay.
of the light. So when the light gets longer in like the spring, they'll start laying more.
Oh, this is
It's a
commitment.
natural thing that happens just in
But-
the winter.
You can reverse that with just heat though. You know what I mean? Like they'll still lay every 25 hours as long as they have water and heat and food. Like that's pretty much the basics. So the chickens I just adopted were doing that. They weren't laying every 25 hours like they're supposed to, even though they're have already been laying eggs for like 6 months. And it's because while they were super well protected and everything, they weren't getting any heat. And while it was southern Indiana, it's a little bit different from here. They actually had more snow than we did, before we did, I guess. And then, they got to have essentially a heated water. So as long as they have like free access to water, they got some heat, like, above like maybe like 40 degrees even, probably ideally like over 50, they'll still lay.
We're not heating our coop at all. We're not just for like their safety and our safety. Like I would hate for that to catch on fire and minimizing, and they don't really need it at all. Like they all huddle together and we don't get eggs from all of them. It's fine. They'll get better. They'll lay more.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about chickens is those eggs aren't going anywhere. They got to come out at some point. You know what I mean? So they'll be
exactly.
there.
And they only
Well, sure,
they
they'll
have
see.
like a limited. They're born with the amount of eggs they have.
Right.
So by doing this, like we're prolonging how long they'll lay eggs for
Mhm.
a little bit. So
Yeah, some of the information I got was they need the winter time to rest. Naturally they would go through like a phase of hibernation, so to speak, to where they're not laying their eggs.
Was that only true for northern chickens then, or what?
I'm not sure which species. It was kind of a broad overall. Like chickens kind of just need to. Yeah, I'm guessing northern species that
I have a hard time believing that actually.
freezing tide.
We have a good comment in the chat, Red, that says you might have photo period chickens and you might need to
period chickens. I like
auto
That's awesome.
chickens.
I like that. The other bit of info was if it's dark in the coop, when they go in there, they roost and they just go to sleep. So they're not going to eat. They're not going to drink. If they have a light on, then you're going to need water. You might need food or something like. You might need heat also to keep the water. And we keep the coop covered so it's not cold, and we keep
there's no
The
drafts or anything, and it's
covered so
ventilated
it's not
properly.
cold. It's warm in the run.
And we're doing deep bedding.
What's that mean?
That means that we do like a really thick layer of bedding, and then all their poop
Chickens.
kind of just falls in and doesn't like stay on top really. And it just composts on the bottom pretty much over time. So you don't need to change it every day or every week even. You can go like a month. You change it a lot less frequently, multiple months. People only clean their chicken coops like a couple times a year to get the compost. So as long as you're, covering poop and not just like letting it go bad, you're like, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you just don't want them walking in it. So to prevent, lets it fall through. It prevents a barrier from them. So it starts to even probably start composting, I imagine.
Yeah.
Get in there with a pitchfork and just fucking pitchfork that shit out. I've done that many times.
It'd be awesome that you guys have your own chicken compost. That's incredible.
I just think it's cool that you guys
Yeah.
have your own chickens. I've always kind of wanted my own chickens, so it's been
They're
fun.
so cool.
Dude, you should totally get some.
You guys have them and go through all the.
Hey, if your neighbors got them,
Yeah, you could totally put them in your backyard.
they're not going to rat on you.
Don't let your cat out anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
The footprint that we use for them is like 6 by 10. That's for 6 chickens.
Give them like enough space so they don't need to go out of the coop, but it's better if they're out and able to get around more and get some
Keep
exercise.
that garden clean.
Yeah.
I
don't like when they have to spend the whole day in the coop all locked up. I'd
Yeah.
rather them get out.
Just gotta watch them hawks though, guys. Oh my gosh. We have so many like defense mechanisms up right now, and like, well, knock on wood or whatever. We're fortunate so far this year, but yeah, it's been actually, I guess we lost one to a raccoon, but raccoons, hawks, foxes, coyotes, like there's everything by us, so it's a challenge.
Yeah, surface to air missiles.
Sam's, yeah. Yeah, I got a sniper's nest with
Right. Sharks
what's
with laser beams.
Does the hawk pick up a chicken?
So they'll if they can, like, they'll just kill them where they're at, and
Yeah.
you'll see basically like a poof of feathers. It's like a 3 or 4 foot wide ring of feathers that look like it just got like nuclear bombed out,
Yeah.
With a fox, you'll see literally a trail of feathers, and like it drug the chicken through the fence, like a gap in the gate, and so there was 400 or 500 feet of feathers before it actually finished its job. Then
CSI
raccoons, they just take them. They just take the whole dang thing. So there's like no
Oh
evidence.
yeah, they're creepers.
Yeah,
They're doing stuff
They're
with the
amazing.
body.
Creepers.
Weasels
Yeah,
will go
they're
into your
doing stuff with
coop.
the body inside of a tree back home.
yeah,
I think some of the worst
weasels.
is weasels. Weasels
Yeah.
will come into the coop and bite the
Weasels
fucking
will tear
parts
'em
out
apart
and
right
leave
We
it.
got
Yeah.
weasels up here. What's a weasel?
We have
Oh,
we have
man, I gotta
minks.
Google weasel.
So I had my
I've heard
entire
of
my entire flock got taken out by a mink last year, and I think I've told this story already on the show. But
Oh,
I had
man.
2 Peking ducks that got their heads chopped off one night, and I didn't really know what the hell it was, So I set up a trail camera where my chicken coop was, which was not too far away. And I think 2 nights later, I guess 2 days later, I come out to the coop, and every single one of my chickens had its head chopped off. And I'm like, what the hell, And so I reviewed the trail cam footage, and you see this mink come in. He basically dug through gravel under my barn wall, pushed up a stall mat, and got into the coop area, circled the coop for almost 2 hours until it finally found a way in. Then you see these 2 little beady eyes drop down into the coop through like the glass door, and all of a sudden the whole coop just starts shaking. And I get out there 6 hours later, and there's just heads and bodies. They basically pop the head off and drink the blood. They're like little vampires. It's awful.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had those so close though, man.
They
Yeah.
like water. They'll use old fox dens, gopher dens, stuff like that. They'll just move in and tear it up, man. It's
man.
one day I will be wearing a mink coat.
Yeah,
I promise.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you don't have a
Wow.
rabbits in your yard. That's for sure.
Oh, I got a lot of rabbits
Do
actually.
you really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit. They need to go after those guys.
Yeah, for real. Well, they come out at kind of like in the evenings. You know what I mean? Like kind of more late at night after the hawks and stuff tend to go away. And I don't know, man. They're just so quick. They're they're just all over my yard.
How big are the mink? Like in relation to like a cat?
I mean, they can fit through like a 2-inch hole. So in terms of their like,
Oh.
bone structure,
I think
they're
they're-
really small, but
Yeah,
they're
but they're
really
long.
long. Yeah. It
What are
got,
those
it's almost like
think of like a ferret. Think of like a
yeah,
little
or a
bit bigger than a
squirrel, a
ferret.
ferret, something
Okay.
like that. But they're like
Weasel, ferret.
thinner
Super aggressive.
and just
Wow.
freaking. They just look angry. I wonder if I could find the footage. You guys
can
might have to give me a
hunt-
minute.
You can hunt with weasels, and people hunt with weasels and ferrets. Ferreting, and they hunt rabbits and shit, dude.
He was
There's-
just looking this
I was
up,
just
guys,
looking
no
up. It's
joke.
in the DNR handbook. There's
You gotta tell us,
regulations.
man.
There's regulations on ferreting.
That's awesome.
Oh, fucking weasel, man. I
Cracked
can't.
open a
I-
box.
Look at him.
I had early hatred for weasels
Like 6 ferrets through a fucking field.
weasels and mink and all that. Same thing. And they in the situation I was in, it took down just like 1 or 2 birds.
Shoot them. Just shoot
And
them.
then you come in there the next day and you see these 2 corpses on the fucking ground, and then the other chickens are pecking through its guts. And
Oh yeah, they like that.
Yeah, but
it's like fucking, it just turns your stomach. You're like the whole situation.
will they attack you, like, or they run away?
I don't know. I've never. They're nocturnal, so they always
Really?
show up at night.
I bet they'd run away from us huge people.
Yeah, exactly. They're not gonna drink my blood. Little
They're not
sons
gonna
of
drink
bitches.
my blood. There's your sound bite
That's
right there.
crazy. Like,
You'll drink some of it.
what
Well,
do
you
they
never
do?
make
I
your
never
baby
knew any
there.
organism could live off of blood, anyways.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
weird.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure they eat food.
Besides a
Really, I like the
vampire
idea about a pelt though. That's probably the most responsible use of the animal.
pelting.
No,
Vicious
just having a
little-
pelt that you get a good mink coat.
I feel like it would make a good bag.
You need one.
Ooh, a pipe bag, right?
Oh, a bag.
Yeah, you put
Yeah.
a bong in there or something.
Yeah, put your rig in
Bag,
there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, little weasel.
Yeah.
Little son
Little
of a bitch.
weasel.
It would give you those
This son of a
10,000
bitch
BC
cost
vibes,
me
you know, like Raquel Welch with the
chickens.
10,000 BC. If you had like a fur-lined fucking
I-
bong.
Yeah.
There's
Ew.
eating meat on those things.
Oh, it gets so sticky.
I
Dude,
thought
you'd have so much fucking shit on that fur. It'd be awful.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We almost fought a hawk.
I thought I was gonna have to fight.
That that is exactly how the '70s shag carpet bullshit fag became a thing. Oh, this would be a good idea. Nobody thought about it. Like the downsides.
It
Oh,
feels great.
everything's gonna stick. This shit's gonna be
Like,
terrible.
did you know that they used to put shag carpeting on the walls halfway up as a kind of
Yeah,
1970s
yeah.
faux wainscoting?
Or they put it in the bathroom.
Or in a
And
Oh,
van.
for
yeah,
sure.
in the bathroom.
Have you seen like the toilet seat covers and shit from the 70s? They're quite the
Yep.
thing.
Super cool.
That's that shag carpet and wood paneling are the 2 things I'm just like, who the
That
flip
pine
said
shit?
this looked good?
Toilet seat cover so you cannot keep the toilet up at all. Like you can't keep the toilet
Oh
seat
yeah.
because the fucking toilet seat cover is so poofy that the fucking thing falls in. So you have to use one hand to hold the fucking toilet seat up. One hand to fucking hold. Don't have enough hands. You need help. You probably
Leaning your forehead against the wall.
Sounds like you need a bathroom, Weasel.
You
take
know what'll help that? Ferreting.
cover
Yep.
off.
People still
They've got
use
ferrets for
those
that.
toilet seat covers?
It's
You
just a
need
little
a
fairy in a
sheet for that.
tuxedo. Can I help you with that, sir?
I haven't seen one of those toilet seat covers since the 90s, I think.
What about the
It's almost hashtime.
cushion
Not
toilet
much.
seats?
There's not much that a ferret or a weasel or a mink can't fix. You know what I mean?
That's
Even if
what,
it's just
that's what Paul always said.
I like what Wes C says in chat. It's an ode to fuck. I can't think of the Big Lebowski. He goes, ferrets are also good to terrorize people who owe you money. Just throw them in the bathtub and then pee on a rug.
How many ferrets do you think you could take in a fight, realistically?
Ooh.
Honestly,
You know what?
Do I have anything, or I'm just bare fisted? I don't have any. If I had like a
This
bat,
is like Naked and
flamethrower?
Afraid. It's just
That
you
You
in
and
the
your fist.
you in the
Hold on.
wilderness.
One more.
Hey, babe,
okay, are you in
don't
like an
think that
open
100
field?
ferret can't kill you.
yeah, I would be
I'm
stomped.
easily taking 100. I think.
You're in
I
an
think I'm
environment
going.
of your choice.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, well,
Yeah,
then I'm in an open field, so I can see them all coming.
oh no.
Then I'm taking.
get
I'm
thrashed
shooting
in
for
the
1,000,
You
Yeah,
are
not more.
insane.
You're gonna get too
it
tired.
would be
bro.
like.
Not gonna get too tired. Are you kidding me? I'm area of affecting them.
Dude, they have more hit points than that, man. It's not
No,
like
they don't. I just
One
googled
bite,
them. These
all
are
I have.
tiny. These are rats.
They're gonna
Why?
start jumping on you and getting you, bro.
In Bake's
Yeah.
version,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
they're
You
coming
gotta
at you
grab
one at
a
a
couple
time.
of them
Action
and
moves.
nunchuck the hell out of the others with their skull.
No,
That's
yeah,
fine.
with their own skull. Oh, I like that. Grab them by their heads. and
Yeah.
use them.
Fard knows. We'll take care of them.
You're pretty tall and lanky. Like I swear, like you would just not know what to do.
Nope.
They get on you,
You know what
and
he
I
would
would
do?
sweep.
He would spin around
I
in
use my
circles with
lankiness to
99
sweep
fucking
and
ferrets.
kill. Yep.
Because
I
you're
do
tall,
a
you
spin
don't know how to
maneuver.
move.
There'd be spin maneuvers.
I could be wrong, you never
Combos.
know, but that's I just
What is that?
Becca, how many ferrets could you fight?
It's an egg.
hash it.
This is a hash egg.
I guess not.
She still didn't answer the question. How many ferrets? How
What
many
do you
things?
Ferrets.
How many ferrets can you fight?
I don't know. Probably. I'd say like 5 tops.
Ooh.
5 tops.
5?
I'm still
All at once, like they come at you all at one time, like
That's
from all
tough, man.
directions.
If you get bit by one of those, you know how fucking hurt or bad that would hurt.
Probably not 5. Probably.
Why not that bad?
Hey, Baked.
You
Why
get
do you
bit by
think?
chickens?
Tell you.
Hold on.
Like,
Why
I
do
feel
you
like
think?
I feel like if I'm in like this passive Thermopylae, like the Spartans, and I could fucking weed them down to where I'm only facing 1 or 2 at a time, I could endlessly until I get tired, fucking smash these fuckers.
Well, hold on. They did say wherever you wanted, location of
Yeah.
your choice.
Yeah,
You
so I can
actually
funnel
could
them
be
into
at that location.
Yeah, so I could funnel them
We're
into a
doing
small
that.
funnel and just smash them, man.
We're
Just-
funneling the
give me the
weasels
smash.
into a death trap.
No,
No,
on
hot days.
the other
Perfect.
side, they're gonna be
Spartans!
to make, they're gonna make the hole bigger, and then they're all gonna go off at once.
They can dig. They're gonna come.
They don't have the brain
Oh,
power to do
shoot,
shit
they
like
can
that. We
dig.
do.
Yes,
The
they
Thermopylae
do.
was a mountain
They're
path, so I mean you have to go through rock.
They're not gonna be like, oh, we need to out strategize these humans, weasels, get together and dig under the sides and flank. No way. They're gonna keep coming at us from the front like an animal.
You're all forgetting the one thing. They're stinky.
They are stinky. That's how you can tell they're still coming.
War is
You
stinky.
can't sneak
That's
up on
what
you
it's
because they
got.
stink. They're not.
They
gonna
are
get the-
stinky if you have a couple hundred dead ones already.
The stinkiest war, the
Exactly.
war of the
No.
weasels.
Here's what I would add:
You
is
think of war, you just get used to it and you just keep on swinging, man.
The war
There
of the
were so
weasels.
many
Weasels.
fucking weasels. There's
Until
one
every weasel
everywhere.
that fucking shows up gets destroyed. I think we get them
before
all.
we got started on this, Fergoli was telling us about the weasels getting in through a small gap, and then when he looked outside, the whole fucking thing was rocking and rolling.
You guys ready to
Realized
see
why
this
that was
footage?
happening.
Yeah.
Why do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
that happened?
Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
chickens are freaking out, man.
I do want to see. Yeah, the
I-
chickens fly. They fly around like nuts.
I all right. I gotta say,
I would
hold
be
on, let me make
too
sure I
if
get
a
the-
murderer was in my house.
Is it cool?
Somebody in chat said they
A
like to eat the
blood
brain.
drinking murderer, aka vampire.
Hold on. For some reason,
I always wondered why you couldn't find the heads, and that would explain that.
No one's ever even
Yeah.
tried to eat my blood before.
Well, it doesn't explain what they do with the heads if you can't
Yeah,
find
they
the
said it
heads.
likes to eat
No,
the
no.
brain, so they probably take it off.
Oh.
with them.
Oh, we
Yeah.
found all the heads, or at
Oh, you
least
did?
most of them. Yeah, yeah.
Do they
were
smash
just
the heads and eat the brains out? Because that's what
No,
they're saying.
not that I saw. They
Where's
were
this
just drinking
footage at
the, or
you're
it was
teasing?
just drinking the blood, I guess. But
Okay.
Wow.
let me see. Let's see. Window movies and TV. Is this it? I guess so. Let's share that.
Sure.
It's sharing. All right. So this
Oh,
is
boy.
4:20 a.m. Nonetheless. I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Cheers,
but-
motherfucker! Right?
All right. See this guy?
Oh,
See that right
Yep.
there?
That's
Yeah.
the culprit.
Yeah. That he's a pretty healthy looking guy. I mean, that's
He's
Yeah.
good size.
that's
well fed.
18 inches.
Just like a
minimum.
fucking otter.
Yeah. No, I thought it was like some sort of weasel, like
Emmett
whatever. I
Otter's jug
did not
band
realize it
Christmas.
was mink.
Hell yeah, Skilbo.
So for reference, he's outside of the coop right now. You can see the kind of the fence on this side, and there's a fence on the other
Yeah.
side. He's outside of the fence there. He's gonna climb up, find his way in through like a gap in the roof, and you can see here's the door to the inside of the coop where the chickens are. I will say, if this is disturbing and parental advisory and all that, shut it off if you can't handle this.
We're
You're
20.
not gonna see any blood or anything, but it's
Black and white. I think we'll be
I'm
all
going
right.
to get coffee.
all right. Just watch
That thing's
for
good
the
size,
eyes.
man.
Watch
He's
for the
enough to
eyes
make a-
down here.
He's enough to make a hat all by himself. He's good size.
That's what I'm saying.
He's moving quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a horror.
Okay, you're gonna see the eyes drop down. There it is,
There it
inside the
is.
coop, and the chickens are like, "Oh shit!"
Damn, he's moving
What was
fast.
that? What was that, guys?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh shit.
All kinds of feathers.
oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
where
No
we'll
home
end it.
defense.
Oh, I heard
nothing.
We'll end it there. Yeah, no roosters
Yeah.
at that point. We got 3 of them now, but
The Roosters was
Oh, Rooster's got big talons, huh?
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I don't
might
know if
scare him
they,
away. It might have saved. He wouldn't have had the whole loss. Maybe he would have lost 2 or
Hey,
3.
you
Yeah.
know what? And we only lost 1 chicken to raccoons earlier when we had 2 or 3 in our coop, like inside of the coop. They tore a hole in the
Did they
roof
dig?
and got in. Yeah, they didn't dig. They tore a hole through a freaking old trampoline that we had. Like a raccoon literally ripped a trampoline to get inside of the coop. And then one of our roosters is he's not entirely a full rooster man, I would say. Like he's
Was he a gelding?
I don't know how to describe this, but I feel like he's like a eunuch or like a current day eunuch kind of thing because he
Gelding.
got tore up. But he defended our coop, man, and I think he's the reason that we only lost 1. I mean, we still lost 1, but he got pretty beat up. He's still living today and everything, but he's not as confident as the other 2 roosters at this
No,
point.
real life fucked around and
Yeah,
he
man,
man.
he's got some serious trauma, but I mean, I gotta thank him. He gets fed well, and treats first.
I had thought about if you were doing a coop to use that wire mesh shit. Like the stuff that you can find in that cattle fencing, to put that down a few inches under the ground so that nothing really could dig through there. But then
That's
you
what
start
we-
talking about 2-inch holes and shit, and I'm like, this motherfucker would
Yeah.
just giggle at me as
They
he
find a way.
sashayed
Yeah.
through there. Right.
We still have to do a like pretty much that. We're gonna do like a 2-foot like chicken wire or hardware cloth or something.
You know what
Yeah.
you could do is you could get like the patio pavers, like the big 24 by 24s, dig them down,
Yep.
make
Yeah.
those a solid thing, and then you could put soil and whatever kind of
So-
bullshit you want over top of that for them.
They're really just, I mean, that mink dug, like he dug under a barn wall and like threw gravel and pushed up a stall mat and all this crazy stuff. That's before he got into the area you just saw. But I mean, for the most part, even just putting a brick outside of where the coop kind of border is, say the wall is here, right? And you put a brick there, just even a standard brick, maybe put it like a half inch into the ground. They're gonna realize, like, after they try digging maybe like 2 inches, if they're not like finding a way under that wall real quick, they usually give up. Now it's not foolproof. The best way is to literally go 2 feet into the ground with some wire or something like that. But I mean, throw some like a 4x4, like a something like that, just to extend the
Or cinder
floor
blocks.
on the outside.
Broken
Like $2 a
concrete.
block. Just do cinder blocks.
Yeah,
Cinder
it's nothing
blocks would
big.
be great. Yeah, I mean those are 49 cents or something. I don't even know if they're that much at Menards. That'd probably be an affordable way of doing it.
Can you arm your chickens? Can you put like
Put
razor
claws
blades on
and-
them.
razor claws?
You can literally
You
arm
can
your chickens.
literally
I sent
give
a
them
video to
arms.
Becca.
Yeah.
That's how they do cockfighting. Like where that
They had those big arms. They were
Allegedly.
scaring those fuckers. They just
wherever
shake
that
arms would swing and punch them.
Can we get those for a chicken?
I wonder if you could use like an owl decoy to keep other shit away.
I have that. I have an owl
Does it work?
decoy, and I have an owl decoy, like one of those ones you see on like a dock, right, by boats and stuff. Doesn't work all that well, but maybe it does.
I got another one for you. Another crazy one.
I got so many for you.
So what about the one that you use to keep like cats out of your yard and shit? You hook it up to it's like a water scarecrow. What if you could make one that like shot over top of and aimed it upwards so that if you had motion within a
Dude,
certain
yeah, we thought about solar lighting and solar sprinklers and like everything. We have these like reflective owl looking things with bells on them, so if something like touches the fence, there's bells going off and all this stuff that might throw them off. I talked about the reflective tape. I mean,
nothing works.
you can only invest so much before it's like,
Sure.
I'm
Live
making a
trap.
fortress for eggs.
Live traps. That's a good way to do it.
I got 2 live traps sitting outside my coop right now, dude. I mean, like, I'm trying to think of another one. Maybe just
What
fireworks
about
that go off every half hour.
Wolf pee. You get some
Fireworks.
wolf pee.
They would habituate to it if it went off regularly every half
Okay,
hour.
baked. I have an
You have
85-pound
fences?
bull mastiff pit that
He
goes
looks
and
like
pisses
he's
right next to the
fucking
coop
high as
every day.
shit. Look at him.
Yeah,
that
so
RSO
they
cookie
don't
cookie sticking
care.
his
That
ass.
sucks.
You got
Hmm.
everything for girly. You've done it all.
I mean, we've
Bro,
lost
you
a
could
lot of
have an
chickens over the
electric
years.
fence. Have you tried that yet?
We have an electric fence, but I haven't attached it to the coop yet. No,
How does that keep the hawk out?
I don't think it would. It might just help with the raccoons.
Stop blowing those chicken terps all over the fucking place for Girly.
Yeah.
You got to start just getting your leftover bulk terps, man. You just got to put on a big fan and blow them past your chicken coop. Mask
So-
the fucking flavor.
you got me thinking about the senses now. With the roosters, I wonder if the rooster calls, the cock-a-doodle do, if that scares things away or brings them in. Because me, I'm like, shut up, they're gonna hear you,
Yeah,
And I wonder if that's like
probably.
a like a
I think it's more of the hens.
He's,
Stay
Just
he's
away.
blowing up.
all those little like clucking noises and stuff that the hens make 24/7. I think that's what the
Brings
fucking
people in,
things are drawn in by.
not people.
They don't like to fuck around the roosters too much, I don't think.
True.
Sorry, I put my
The
headphones on.
rooster's responding to all the clucking.
What?
All
The
right.
roosters-
Say that again.
The rooster's responding to all the clucking.
So it's like the hens making noise makes them.
Blah, blah, blah.
Do you know?
Because what about like in the morning?
Saying the rooster's like.
You do that again,
He's like, shut the fuck up. That's what a rooster's doing.
And he's like, bah, 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 bah.
Yeah, chickens are just so noisy that would get me to not want them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, my guess is the
You know what? If your neighbors have chickens, you have chickens. You just don't get the benefit of their eggs or anything else, but you have chickens too.
Like when I worked on the farm, the chicken coop was a good walk away from the house for a good reason. Because it was constant. Yeah, just
How do you
Nice.
feel about letting them free range if you have like a wooded area,
I think it's great.
covered area?
it's
Yeah,
great if you can do
foxes
it.
though.
Yeah, you'll lose a lot of chickens
What
that way.
does-
Yeah, there's
Foxes.
there's not a certain area that they can run in. It's honestly, I think your best bet is just to have numbers. A friend of mine has like 62 chickens,
Throw 'em
get
at-
50 eggs a day. He sells them to restaurants. But I mean, it's just a numbers game at that point. Like the hawk, it's gonna get a couple chickens. You know what I mean? But if you want to free range them, that's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
It's kind of cool that you have foxes like that roaming
Well, if
around.
you
I was
have-
just talking the other day, like, man, I haven't seen a fox in like a minute. But every time I've seen one, they're just like cool as shit.
You're so cool, man.
I see one just walking down the street not far from me. Like,
That's
Yeah, I
Way
don't
less
see
than
any
a month.
foxes.
I wouldn't fuck with them. I just leave them be. Like, hey,
Let's see if I can find that
When I was
fox
hunting.
photo.
I was walking my dogs. I was fucking like, all right, let's go the other way. I'm not really wanting me and dogs to eat a fox today.
shit, Quibbly didn't put it on. Quibbly, boy,
That's
he's
what I'm saying.
fucking
Quibbly
ready
would
to go.
start shit, and then Boris would have to finish it.
Yeah.
About how it would go.
What's
What-
Quibbs doing
what would-
tonight? Is he
what
just
would
chilling
Quibbly
there to
say?
your right, sleeping?
He's no, he's over here making noise as usual. He's over here sniffing around like he's gonna find something on my floor. He's just
Yeah,
little-
crumb
Tell him you
sniffer.
didn't go to Sam's Club this weekend. Ain't no crumbs down there.
No, there's nothing over here. I don't know what his deal is. He likes weed too. So if I drop a little bit of weed and I'm back to my bowl, he'll
Okay.
eat that and get high. I mean, he's already hotboxed pretty much. I'm not running my fan right now, so I don't understand why he'd want more.
I have one cat that loves weed, and I have one cat that absolutely acts like it's garlic. You know, like he's a
Here,
vampire.
Boris he comes in here all snooty and will sniff and fucking start
Yeah.
sneezing and shit. I'm like, you don't gotta stay in here. Get the fuck out.
It's
Well, the
almost
cat was-
better when they don't want it, man, because like
Yeah.
dimes will get into the leaves and eat a bunch of them and then throw up and then you're like,
Yeah, that's the same thing with Boris.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets because I will treat Boris sometimes with cannabis, but I give him like less than 10 milligrams or less. Because if I give him too much, he'll just like you're saying, he'll get sick on the smallest dose.
mm-hmm.
My dogs love to chew the very small stems from when I'm trimming. Not like the main branch. I don't want them to bite anything off.
Oh yeah, they love the
jab in
stems.
the fucking mouth or anything with it. But
Both
yeah,
of
my
them.
one dog he'll just like put it. This is like 100-pound giant schnauzer, and he'll sit there with it between his front paws, and he'll use his front. teeth,
Yeah.
just, like super fucking delicate with it. I'm like, oh,
I figured it was good because when they break it down, at least when my dogs are breaking it down at like strings, I figure
Yeah.
that's gotta be like floss for these guys, you know.
Yep.
That's pretty tough.
I found the fox photo as well as some other fun photos. If you guys want to check it out,
get the fox, George. Get the fox.
See the fox.
I'm sharing the screen right now. It's just some more trail cam photos. It's not incredibly exciting, but there's some just some wildlife. I think the only thing I don't have on here is the coyote.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
a fox.
But I
Cool.
would I'd have to
Straight red
pull that
fox
up.
right there. That's cool.
Yeah, oh yeah. He shows up a couple times. There's some deer butts, some turkeys.
Turkey.
That's a young deer.
I like the way you get that carved out. It looks like my yard, man. Oh, yeah.
Check this out. That's
That's That's
Like
a
an
really
owl.
cool photo.
Oh, cool.
Fuck, dude, that is so cool.
Yeah,
Neat.
pretty
You
trippy.
should frame that. That's really cool.
More
Yeah, also-
turkeys. There's a
Mine.
fox again.
Fox coming through again.
Just some baby deers. Okay, so here's a black cat, one of like those like barn cats that I would love to like just somehow
Kitten.
convince to live here. You know what I mean?
Feed it
There's
with
the
full
last
Easy.
the last photo I have. I know the last photo I have in this album is actually probably my favorite, other than that owl photo, and you'll see why.
Blue
This is Blue Jay. There's the fox again.
It looks like he's
Like-
jumping almost. No,
Yeah,
he's-
he's
He's trotting.
I think he got busted this day by my wife. My wife saw him running up to the house, and she's like,
His
"Hey,
ears look-
hey, you gotta go away!" Like,
he's a good, healthy looking fox, though.
yeah, I'm sure. Okay,
Oh,
so this cat,
Ooh.
I think shows
What
up
was the
here
picture right before
shortly.
that?
Oh, just turkeys.
It's turkeys.
Oh, I thought they were getting ready to challenge each other, but that wasn't what that is.
Oh.
My dog barks at the turkeys every day.
Is that another kind of link? Is that a lynx? Did that have
I was
No, it's just a kitty cat.
Oh, kitty cat.
Yeah, I
It
was
kind of looked like a
wondering the
lynx
same
red.
thing,
I'm with
Red.
you. I
Squirrel.
squinted at it.
Look at that squirrle.
Awesome.
Go back
Awesome.
Oh,
one.
there's
Yeah.
a good guy.
He's
That's
hopping.
hilarious.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good squirrel.
Action shot.
Well, actually, yeah.
Can you give a
possum.
shout out to your trail cam that you're using on this?
I mean, I don't know. It's whatever is at the bottom here. I'm not going to
Oh,
recommend
fire.
any certain trail cam, but
No.
I couldn't tell you the difference. Spend $100. They got 4G ones that connect right to your phone. You can use them as a security camera outside your grow. There you go. There's a thought.
Yeah, that's a good
Squirrel digging for nuts. It's like $20 a month for the data package or something like that. Turkey just eyeing the camera.
He's
Sometimes
pretty
they notice. Yeah, sometimes, especially the deer, they'll hear it like clicking or whatever, like this right here.
Yeah.
Like that.
You start scrolling, and kind of freaks you out.
Well,
Fox again in
Ooh.
wintertime.
He sees something.
Yeah, he's hunting
That's
something.
cool.
And then maybe this is the last one. There's a tom. You go. So this is a male turkey.
Beard, damn.
Yeah, this is a beard on a turkey. That's how you can tell the difference between a male and a female.
And they're a lot fucking bigger.
Yeah, and they tend to like run around with like a dozen plus females. It's just these little babies, little button buck. You can see the little antler right there.
Yeah.
Another blue jay, rabbit. There's the rabbits that hang out in my yard.
Blue jays are so annoying. There must be one of the most annoying birds for
Dude, they're loud. They're so
yeah,
loud.
so loud.
Raccoon. He's probably no longer with us. And look at this. Look at this.
Oh, nice catch.
Nice.
That's my favorite
Fire
photo.
turn.
See,
Nature is
kittens
metal.
are so good for the.
Yeah.
See, you see how she is? She's cool when the cats are doing the slaying. She's all about it.
Yeah.
But when we even mention somebody
That's
else is
weird.
gonna get it, well, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee.
I see somebody's mouth moving, but I don't hear anything coming out.
That's called a logic filter.
I want to share this one last clip. It's only like 7 or 8 seconds long. This is the coyote.
Oh.
Coyote.
Yeah, I'm sharing now. This is just same spot with that kind of like open.
Coyote are legal to hunt all year with a base license.
Yeah.
Well, I got one.
The problem
They're
is
just
where
hard
you
as
see
hell.
one, there are many more.
Ooh, good choice. VLC media player.
Always.
I usually
Oh.
hear them way more than I see them. They're so fucking loud, man. That's another one.
Yeah,
It's,
they
it's spooky, man. And it's usually 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and then
It's
you hear
hard
all
to
of them
load
going on.
Howling hard, man.
It's spooky at 5:30 when you're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
Close.
and they're all different ones. Yeah, but you can hear each individual one, and they're all
Glad you
over
sound
the
like a turkey now.
Dude,
Is that a coyote or a turkey, Red?
You sound like a turkey.
turkeys. Hopefully turkey. That's what they do. That's what they do when you know they're running, man. They're yapping. They're not necessarily howling. They're just yapping. And you're like,
gobble,
fuck,
man.
they're on the move. Fuck. I hope they're gobbling. That's a quacker.
Does anybody have any questions about growing that they would love to ask the panel, or are you guys just absolutely enthralled with this shit?
Well, me and Bacon talked about- we did a little bit of work in the build out today. That was cool. We found
Okay,
the
where we at now,
PVC
Baked?
It was at Menards. We found 8-foot long PVC. What would you call it? Trim?
Yeah,
board?
if you Google it on Menard or search on Menards, it's PVC trim board.
Is it
And
like
I've used
owl?
it before. It looks like wood. They even
Yeah,
imprint
but
it
wood
to look like
finish,
wood, but it's
put
just
into it.
printed long panels. And I've used it in my grow here in the house, and because I
So
didn't want to
replace
use
it
any
with
wood.
2x4.
Wood attracts mold, and unless you you can do things to prevent it, but so yeah, it's just white PVC compressed plastic, I guess, and I use
What
it
for
to
your
mount
post
my
today?
what do I mount? The
Your
wall
lights.
The
fans.
lights and the wall
Well, yeah,
fan.
but in
Oh,
the
yeah.
grow we did so in the grow we were like, I was gonna get uni struts,
Ooh,
but
I don't know
those
what
are
those
30
are.
bucks for 10 feet,
Like
and
the
they're
metal pieces of metal with the
yeah,
holes in it.
yeah. I'll
Oh,
pull it
bet.
up real
Okay.
quick.
Slotted.
And you
Yeah.
could
Gotcha.
get
Channel.
these, but I think everything going up, it wouldn't have been that cheap.
And
Well, I
for us,
think
we wanted to stay
Spencer's-
away from that because we had the PVC ceiling already installed, and we didn't want to have to MacGyver a situation to hold that when we could just use this and screw it into the stud.
Yeah, here I'll share the uni strut and then I'll show you the trim board.
It looks like they
So-
have panel molding in the same like brand of white PVC stuff. You guys are go.
Like, that's the uni strut.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
30 bucks for 10 feet. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna need just
How
for
many
2
feet?
rooms. I'm gonna need 8 of these.
You ever
Ooh.
see the angle
That's the thick
iron
stuff, too.
baked? There's also the angle.
Load bearing.
Yeah.
Angle. That's what I learned about after when I made my post on Instagram. I forget who.
I still
right
like this
now.
better than angle,
Somebody
honestly.
said it. Yeah.
The look
Yeah,
of it.
this-
It is nicer, but
They
you're gonna
mentioned
skip
how this
part of the
looks a little
cost.
cleaner. So I
It's
think
part
we
of the
got
cost.
1 by
It was 12
I wanna say
something.
1 by
It was
3s.
19. That's what we got.
Okay.
because the
But it's
one they
all-
were 12 each.
It's like Trex decking.
Yeah.
But no, there's no
Yeah.
wood in there though. But yeah,
It's like
Well,
Trex
no,
decking.
that's synthetic
calculated.
stuff he's talking about. Everybody's making their decks out of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
chairs, everything.
we picked
That's what I
this
made
up.
mine out of.
We got 8 of these. We put 4 of them in veg, and
Just pull up
Then
your post, man. And it'll be a good picture.
Yeah,
to
there you
show.
go.
Oh,
Easy
yeah.
way.
that's a good idea there, bud.
Super clean.
Smart, man. Technical skills here at MVG. Ask it.
Here's my
There.
post.
Ooh.
So here's where the strips are up. And then we got 3-inch screws with washers just to be safe. Spread the weight,
What
make
kind of
sure
screws?
everything stays
Galvanized?
up.
Exterior
Uh,
multi-use, so that because
Yeah, it was
going
like exterior
through
multi-use,
plastic
but
and
they had
metal
really, really pancakey flat heads. So we're
Okay.
like, hell yeah, that's gonna grip the washer good.
You can't like
Um,
my comment. Do we got beef or something?
You're the one of 2 comments he hasn't liked yet. Wow.
Yeah,
And he made that comment before
Feels
Tara.
kind of
There you go,
personal.
guys.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel better?
good looking. I like
That didn't come up on
Hey.
my phone.
At least he
That's
didn't
weird.
like his own
I'm
post.
telling you,
I
man,
like all
that's
my
for real
posts.
happening to me. I'm missing a lot of messages and everything else.
No,
and
I'm
so now I have
serious.
to check online or on my computer, and I'll see messages that I didn't see on my phone. So
Yeah, that's
No,
weird.
I think it's
Excuses,
just
excuses.
because Sequence didn't help Bake win last week in their video game.
Actually,
right.
I think we did.
Oh,
Actually, I thought about it, Paintedly. I thought about it. I think if you heard me screaming, there was a moment where I was Reinhardt and I ultimated, knocked their whole team down, and I double kill, squish, shift clicked these guys, and I screamed my lungs out. I was like, "Ah!" And that might have been when I was screaming the loudest. Who knows?
I'm just watching the sequence.
Who knows?
Either way, yeah. So we put these up. We put some eye hooks that are rated for 115
those
each.
screws were also 3 inches long, so we made
Oh
sure
yeah,
we
3-inch
Oh, yeah.
screws.
Did you pilot hole them?
No,
No, it said not, the screws were made. It
No.
said do not do that. So
Yeah.
Your joists above you are those 2x4, 2x6, anything like that.
I have strapping, so it's
Okay.
it's
Well, it's
like
between already in there.
1x4s strapping that is going horizontal, or
we just
going
use a
long
stud
ways.
finder to find them.
Yeah, we use the stud
Yeah.
finder, find them, and we use dry erase since everything's PVC. We can use dry erase to mark stuff and just
Nice.
erase it.
That's awesome.
Um,
That's so awesome.
You didn't
Then
have
we got
the
the
ability
hooks.
to have
Oh,
like
God,
the
I'm so
cleanest-
jealous of that.
You're gonna have the ability to have like the cleanest room, dude, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
glad that you went with that trim instead. Is because
Yeah.
you've worked up to this point. This is like a sealed room. Everything is able to be disinfected, wiped down, clean
Yeah.
with absolutely no wear and tear. You got a floor drain, like
Every crack is silicone in that bitch.
Yeah, everything is silicone. Yeah, we got some new silicone for the rest of the build out. That's everything you see now is I used a case of advanced GE, which is like 10-year mold proof. And then I found out you can get Supreme GE, which is lifetime mold proof. And so now we have
Oh.
that.
are you going back and cutting it all out and putting it back in?
No, hell no. We'd have to take the panels out. It's in between. Each
Oh,
panel kind of interlocks. And
oh,
it's
so
in
the
between.
silicone's not even visible then. It's completely
Hell no.
behind the panel.
No.
Exactly.
Some spaces where it's smushed out and we smeared it is, but we can
Okay,
remove
but
that.
it's not the
Yeah.
bead itself. It shouldn't be
Yeah,
affected.
most of it you can't, like in this picture you can see the seam, but you can't see any silicone.
Do we have any other
Like, if
pictures in
this
there?
ever
we
has
can
to be
show?
Well,
torn down, it's
we
gonna
put
be
the
a
eye
bit.
hooks up and then yeah. So
What
we
are those
just wanna
boards going
test it.
across?
What boards?
The where the screws and the eye
It
hooks are
allows him to
going
put
into.
screws where he wants to, those eye hooks wherever he wants.
That's
Instead of
right.
having to
Yeah,
do it
it's that
on the
PVC
stud.
trim panel I showed
Okay,
you.
that's the PVC trim panel.
Yeah,
I
that's
gotcha, I
that
gotcha,
stuff
gotcha.
I was showing
Okay,
y'all
okay.
from Menards. And
Perfect.
yeah, so we put that up, then we just put 2 lights up to make sure everything's hanging. I checked it a few hours later, it's still hanging.
Dude, this looks like
And,
a 3D render. It's so clean. Holy shit.
Yeah. So it's looking
That's
real
just
good. We
plain
just
smell,
gotta
like-
get some electricity in there and the HVAC, and we're good to go.
You see in
What are
this
we doing with
picture,
the
you see
floors?
the tape on the bottom. That's our blueprint. We were taped
Oh,
that
yeah,
off
we
the
used
bottom like what we
Yep.
wanted it to be.
Blue
What
tape
space-
is a planner's best friend. I tell you, I love blue tape. You can plan everything. You can do so much with blue tape.
It's a good tip.
But we're gonna leave
But
that there
I don't know
because.
what we're gonna do with the floors.
But we've already talked about we want to kind of keep that same blueprint and just paint off that square so we can know where to push the tables back every time.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that's the
well,
point, too.
I love
of
that
the
idea.
light.
He said. So he said if we're gonna epoxy or paint the floors or something, he said let's paint them and then paint literal like black marks where we want the tables each day, like
great
like
idea.
where those blue marks are now. And I was like, that's an awesome idea. So we don't know what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna run it right now with just floor pans and risers, you know. But then later when we get the everything else, I want to do something. Whether we epoxy it, get people to epoxy it,
Dude, you
something
should just
that's
epoxy
gonna
it
be
now.
good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thinking, on the epoxy thing, what are those things called? Like the Pong things that you guys had? Pogs? You could put pogs in the corners where you want them to be baked. I'm sure you still got some of those.
No, I
know-
don't have any of those. I didn't have a huge collection.
Maybe some
I was a
Pokemon
Pokemon
cards?
collector. and
Yeah,
my
Pokemon
there you
parents
go.
cards in the corners?
Yeah,
where we
they
could
got
do-
rid of them. I was
What do
pretty
you
ticked.
think?
Did you now how did you get the that rectangle or that square? Is it like did you drop a line from the corners of the lights or did you measure from the wall? How did you do
Laser
that?
level.
Well, we knew what our canopy was, so we knew.
Well, we knew what our
canopy was
trays
8 by 8.
are.
Yeah, we knew that our tables would be 2 4x8, so we made it 8 by
Yeah.
8 square to start.
And then we put a foot between the back wall there. So the back wall, I'm pointing to my screen like y'all
It's
can
not
see
shared
I'm
anymore.
fucking high as shit.
Like Cookie and RSO kicked in, bro.
But basically the back wall, we didn't want to put it against the wall because Jordan made
Right.
a good point. Give it an air pocket. Give it that air pocket in case it's
Mm-hmm.
really cold that year. Even though this 3 inches of closed cell is ungodly. I'll tell you that. Like we're in there and we don't feel anything. But so we put a foot on the back, 2 feet on the left there, where you can't see it now, but to the left of the lights that were hanging, and that will give us room to work over there on that side of the plants on the 4x8s, but also shift a whole 4x8 2 feet, aka getting into the middle of each or whatever. And then we have 3 feet on the other wall, in between the wall and like the door side wall of the grow. And then the other side has, what did we measure? I don't know, 8 feet or something for clones and mothers.
Yeah, it's a good
So
amount of room, a lot of room for activities.
So, yeah, we
it
just
would be nice
measured it
when we have
out.
those tables, like ultimately 2 4x8 tables that we can on rollers that we can move around.
Oh, they're on
But it'd be
rollers.
nice because the lights are. I mean, because with them pushed together like that, we can walk completely around the whole square.
Wait,
Yeah.
are they on casters or like
Well, what we're gonna get is I have them at my house for girl. I should probably show you. a better picture on Instagram because I don't usually look at the ground. But it's like tray holders, and they're called fast fit tray holders. I
Okay,
think.
that's what I rock. The fast.
Yeah,
fits.
the fast fits. We're
Yeah.
gonna get those with probably. I don't know if we're gonna need them because I have 10-foot ceiling, but if we're gonna run without it for now, the
Get the screen
reducers.
netting. Oh wait, what?
Have you used the reducers? They reduce the height of them about.
No,
Oh,
I'm
that's
9
what I
foot
have here in
6. So I
my
don't need 'em.
basement. It's because my basement
Yeah.
is really. But you can reduce the height of those fast fit tray stands by like more than half with these little reducers, and then put the
Nice.
casters on. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna roll without them and see if we like it. And if
Yeah.
we really decide we need them for those GMO or something runs, which I doubt in veg here,
What's your height
but
of the room?
10 feet.
Really
oh,
high.
dude, you're fine. I'm
Yeah.
rocking 9 foot 6 without any sort of reducer, and I have plenty of room. Rocking garlic punch, clementine, lime skunk
Yeah,
on tables and
see,
on floor.
yeah.
You know,
So
like,
yeah, so we're just gonna run those with the casters, and that way you can
yeah,
move. That's what we have at work at Mitten
Especially in
Canco.
veg. You don't have to
In
worry about
veg.
height at all.
Yeah,
yeah. No, there.
And I
I mean,
mean-
you can get them at every hydro store, like in the area.
exactly.
I will also recommend getting the 6 or even just a 4-piece, you know, depending on your budget. But if you can afford a 6-piece trellis system,
Yep.
they have a trellis system that locks right into each leg of that.
Yeah,
and
we'll
it
get
holds
that in
your-
flower.
Yeah, so that's what I have 2 of them in flower, 1 of them in my tarantula room, which is a veg, sometimes flower. So 3 total. And I need to raise some things in that smaller tarantula room, like my air conditioner, to actually fit those large
Yeah.
posts. But in a 10-foot 10-foot clearance with the LED hanging, dude, you guys will be plenty of room. It'll be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm stoked. It looks real good. And we're getting closer and closer. Yeah, next I got HVAC coming, hopefully. Insulation coming this week. Just for a quote. And then we need electric. We're gonna get like, you know, a dry erase marker and mark where we want electric. Once everything's hanging, all the lights.
Every 4 inches, I
And-
want an outlet.
yeah, yeah, whatever it is. We're thinking just a 4
Well, we
gang
have
near the
to-
lights.
What's cool is we can do dry erase and we can just write all over the walls.
Exactly.
We can
It's
draw
so
boxes
sweet.
if we want to.
I mean,
you know?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw. I want a box here for wall fan. I need a box over here with just 1 outlet at least for DU. You know,
we need
or a
this to be
box over here
you know,
for
we need this
DU.
to be, you know,
Are you putting any on the ceilings?
220. Yeah,
The only
ceiling
the only
doesn't-
outlets that'll be on the ceilings will be the light ones.
I
that's
will
a-
say, if you're
For now.
it's not a bad idea to even put your ceiling or your wall fans
Uh-huh.
outlets up there, because those are one of those things that, like, in my experience, die every about 3 years. So it doesn't take a whole lot of maintenance. And usually when you're,
Yeah.
you know, if you have to shut them down or whatever, if you can design it ahead of time, put that entire line up there wherever your outlets are situated for your fans. Make that all on a switch, because you
Yeah.
can just go in there and spray or do whatever you got to do, and you
Turn 'em
know,
off.
and turn them off. And one of those things is cleaning them, right? That's
Pro
pretty much
tip.
the only
Yep.
thing you're gonna do.
That is
clean 'em.
yeah.
But if you
Shooting
can get
video
them,
too, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, video, sound, everything.
Eventually, I'd like to try to just use fucking circulate, or not those fans, but use the, what do you call them? Intake
the-
fans strapped to the
Oh,
side of the
Strapped
wall.
to the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
like yeah, kind of create a vortex. Yeah,
Mhm.
that
But,
would be
yeah,
a good idea.
But either way,
Oh,
if you
what
get
else?
those
ahead,
fans on
Fergalli.
well, I was just thinking, one of the things I deal with at 9'6" even is, you know, my outlets are all at that standard, like, I don't know what it is, 48,
Like 5
54
foot
inches,
high.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Get out of here.
Even though I have my fans mounted at like maybe 6 feet or something like that,
Uh-huh.
maybe even 6.5 feet, those cords still dangle, and I just
Oh,
hate
yeah.
electrical
So you
cords.
know
that
what
are
I
just
have for
hanging
that?
around.
I have the same thing for computer cords. It's these little stick-on cord grabbers. And I'll just
Share
use
that
one of
screen.
those.
Show us, because
It's
there's
the little-
Velcro
I have
ones.
to go. They're
It's the little
upstairs.
Belkin, man.
Or just
Belkin.
find
Oh
them
no,
on-
they're right here. Hang
Yeah,
on.
Oh shit!
Hang
there you
on.
go.
So there's just a bag
You just feed it around.
off
them.
of Schmamazon. And
It's Scamazon.
and they're just a little 3M sponge, you know. See if I can get it to focus.
Why? You're holding it on the part we need to see.
Yeah, good idea.
Thank
Put
you,
your hand
Sigma.
behind
Let me
it.
move my head. Can I move my head?
It's gonna try to track your face, so just put your
Perfect.
hand behind it.
Oh,
in
you're
between you
right.
and the face.
So, oop. You just put the cord in there, and then snap down. You can lock it if you want, like a zip tie kind of. And I'm just gonna put one of those on the walls. But the thing is, if we leave the outlets at a 5 foot height, we have some outlets for like vacuuming and things like that, which we're definitely
Like
gonna
2
want to
feet or
do.
whatever.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
if I could,
we'll see because we're gonna mark what we want. The electrician might say, no, this is way easier for me, or something. You know, who knows? I don't know, but or you know, you never know if you don't know how it works. Some things you can't do.
You tell them where you want the shit at, they'll put it there. You're
Yeah.
paying for it.
Skilbo,
Yeah.
I feel like you grew up in a house that had one of these, or maybe you just grew up in the era that had these.
Let's see what it
do
is.
Do you guys know about these whole home vacuums? No,
Yeah.
not
I got one in
washboard.
my house right now. I got one in this house right now. I
Hell
don't have the
yeah.
vacuum, but the systems, like all
Right,
the tubing.
and
is
it's
still
like
on
it just
Yeah.
has like a giant like vacuum in your garage, and everything goes through the walls. You can hook up your hose any like whatever random places in your house.
That would be
I-
pimp if we had that big. That would be
But
pimp.
is that
Yeah.
would that be kosher in a grow room? Because like
Yes.
that's I mean, as
Yeah.
long as it's sealed, right? Like airtight.
You
and
would
long as you
it
everything.
have
would
a-
just for me it would
Well,
just
it's
add
always
one
running
more
usually.
cleaning thing when you do your resets or your daily weekly cleans or whatever. You would need to go to that little vent in each room and give it a good Clorox wipe or something, bleach wipe out. Other than that, whatever.
So what
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
like you
bro,
said,
Get
it's
a
always
giant
running.
hose, like
Yeah,
a
it's always
4-inch
running
or something,
suction
right?
air through there.
Yeah,
so
and you would
anything
want to
gets
clean the
tight.
hose because you bring a hose room to room when you use
Yeah.
that. You bring it
Right.
out to the outlet. You want to clean that
Really, no, the way you
regularly.
use it is it's just a little door that's kept closed.
Yeah.
And then you sweep
HEPA
the floor.
filter.
You sweep the floor up to it, open the door, and then fucking sweep it into it, and it just.
Oh, I
sucks
know
it
what
all
you're
in.
talking about. You're talking about the floor ones. Okay, yeah. My
Yeah.
buddy though, he had a big old house, and he
Oh yeah,
had the
this in
one
my house. That's what it has.
where it
is
was
the
like an
tube, and you can hook it
outlet,
into a tube too.
and
Yeah.
yeah, you flip open a spring-loaded door and connect a tube, which basically for them was a vacuum. It would actually have a rolling vacuum.
I'm
on the
talking
other
about
end.
that tube, but I'm saying that's not how I used it. I would just fucking not use that at
Yeah.
all. Use that tube, open it up because if it was running.
Man, was that powerful?
Yeah, it was.
Oh
fucking
yeah,
right.
dude,
That's
those things are
crazy.
like the ones you see at gas stations almost, or
Oh,
like
yeah,
the car
that's
washes.
crazy.
They're like they're in the
Car
they're like no, seriously, they're so big. Like
Huge.
yeah, huge.
things.
I don't know. I don't know if
Huge.
that's a thing anymore, but I feel like that's one of those things that
Central
we can
vacuum, they're saying.
incorporate
Yeah.
into grows as long as we can keep it like clean and sanitary and not have to deal with any like clogs or anything like that. 'Cause I wouldn't want to be
Things I
digging
want.
into
Well, I
walls.
think the one thing I can think of the downside would be maybe CO2 levels. It would suck out of your rooms. Maybe
You
The
could
CO2
seal it
heavy.
off though. I feel like you could.
Over the doors, they shut off. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
It's temporary. You could replenish your CO2.
All right. Now,
Yeah,
now
I bet
there's-
these days the doors have gaskets and shit. They're probably sealing pretty
Oh,
good.
for sure, it's airtight for sure.
Yeah.
Especially it's a vacuum. It's creating a full
Yeah.
seal like every time you close
Well,
it.
my guess is they want it to vacuum out so that at the pump it shuts a valve so that it doesn't have to run 24/7 like he said. You know what I mean? It can idle or something without having to
Yeah.
actually keep a vacuum. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I mean, there's
that's
for sure
I've
ways
always
you can
thought
just seal
about
it
that.
off.
That would be a sick thing for a grow. I've always thought that, or if it was a wet dry one too.
Oh no, yeah, it's
Wet
gotta
dry?
be wet
Oh
dry.
shit, that would be. Oh my god.
Oh,
Red was
man.
saying
Every day.
Wet
Wow.
dry is your
man.
best fucking friend in a grow.
Oh
I
my
mean, Red was talking about like
That
bleaching
would
the hoses.
Get
or-
lots of
I-
filters.
dude, I would just bleach down the hose in the wall. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
how I'd sanitize it. Just throw some Zerotol.
I
through
see
it or
what you
something.
mean. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, wet dry vac.
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah.
would
That'd
Okay,
be so
so here's-
gross.
here's
That'd be
two
so
other
gross
things.
if you put Zerotol in your vacuum system. You'd have to go dump that, bro. That would be reeking at the other end.
You'd
Oh
have to
my
run
God.
for a while.
Some
Yeah, that vacuum's got to go outside.
Oh,
of it, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like-
yeah. I
It's
just
going out there
thought
with the
about that. I
CO2
was like,
tanks.
wait, you're sucking Zerotol up through the air. Oh,
Yeah, any sort of airborne Zerotol, Sanidate, anything like that is basically a
That smells
recipe for
yeah.
a lung collapse or something. But all right, two other things, guys, that I've thought of now with these old home technologies. Maybe not so much home for one of them, but you guys tell me that we may be able to incorporate into grow somehow. Laundry chutes, you guys remember those?
Yep.
And then
Those are great.
firemen's poles. Can we do that? Something with that? Can we do anything with
To
that?
the bat cave?
Well,
Do we grow
most-
just for fun?
Most,
The
most
laundry
grows
chute
are two-story.
past
You
last-
It'd have to be those double.
So what do
stack
you need
rows.
the laundry chute
I mean,
for?
I'm
Here comes
hoping
the
it's
one gal's
multiple level
Foop,
sequence.
foop.
So you need them both together baked for like the double stack row. So you have a double stack row, and you're on the second. You have the upper tier. You want to get down quickly. You got the fucking fireman pole to slide down, but you got a pair of fucking scissors in your hands, and that's scary. So you throw it down the fucking mail chute, or you throw it down
Oh,
the
Scissor
chute,
shoot.
scissor chute that catches down at the
Called the
bottom.
newt
You
shoot.
slide down, and then there's your shit.
We talked about having, those
Like
the
mini
roofers
elevators.
use those conveyor belts to bring.
Yo.
We
Those
talked
lifts?
about having those for plants at Mitten because we fucking had to bring them down. What if we just had a conveyor belt? We could set them on. Somebody's at the bottom, somebody's at the top. Boom.
Yeah,
They
Because-
have them
yeah.
for ladders. You can actually attach to extension ladders. That
What?
they bring stacks of shingles up roofs.
yeah.
And it's like a sort of. It's not a pulley. It's a motorized pulley system. It attaches to the bottom of the ladder. So that
we
might
need
be
to
something.
go. We need to go in reverse. We need to go from up to down.
Well, dude, that's just called gravity.
Yeah, but you need something to make it go slowly, because if you just go at the top of a fucking
All right,
second story
all right.
and you drop a pot, it's not going to be.
And
very
so
good.
instead of a fireman's pole or a stripper's pole, as Sequence would like to call it, how about a slide? Just a children's slide. Is that taking up too much room? We can make it a spiral, like a.
What about an adult slide?
I'm talking about a one gal with a
Then
plant.
you'd have
in it.
trimmers
yeah,
and like
a 1 gallon
people
pot with
riding
a
down it.
plant in it. We're talking about trying to get it from.
All right, what about when they're building skyscrapers and they have those laundry chutes and like something with like the elasticity? I have no idea how this works, but doesn't it makes it fall slower than gravity somehow?
I
By the
think
way,
you
it's-
need one of those systems like what you have at the bank when you hit the button
don't
and it
think
just
so.
sucks the plant up. and then
Yeah.
it goes
That's
to
just
the-
vacuums. We're back to vacuums.
Yeah, that is vacuums.
So,
Vacuum
all right, we
cleaner
need one
than your
vacuum
IPM,
for shit on the
though.
floor and one vacuum for sucking down scissors.
Oh
One
my
vacuum
god.
for moving your bench plants around.
The neighbors are just like, "What's that noise?" The world's giant vacuum I got imported from my grow.
Super
I've
energy
seen the
efficient, bro.
movies, dude. That's how you're gonna get to work one day. It's gonna be in the tubes.
In the tubes, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, we got that going, and
Oh.
things are rolling now that we're about to hit December already.
Yeah, when we were at
And,
Menards, we found some cool ass, or I think Baked found them. The rubber gas, not a
Oh,
gas.
that's what we
rubber
were gonna talk
washers.
about. So yeah, we were looking through washers, and if you go to the washer section, they got these like sliding walls of just drawers of washers. They have little rubber gaskets, or they're gaskets, but they're washers, so they're flat rubber washers.
Looks like a
And
washer
we're
but made
gonna
out of
use
rubber.
those for the screws, and the mounts for the wall fans. So there's just less noise and stuff, going on,
Right.
less vibration. And
Mhm.
they're like, 30 cents a pack of 2 or something like that. So we just grabbed a few. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see those. Just things, extra little things will help you have a nicer grow.
It's fun to go through the hardware store and just find shit. that you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can use this in the
We-
grow.
We spent a minute in the knob section, fucking looking at doorknobs and what are we gonna get and all that. Oh, I like this one. I
What'd
went
you
over
get?
there. I go, I fucking hate handles. She goes, oh, I like handles. I go, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
If you're looking for gasketed screws, they make the sheet metal screws. They make the screws that they use for like siding, like
Yeah.
siding screws. They have gaskets already included on them. And it's
Oh,
like-
that's neat.
so you just pay for the price of the screws, and they're not that much more expensive. They're a little, like maybe 1.25 inch and maybe like 2.5 inch screws.
So we could put the washer on the opposite side, so there's a gasket on each side of it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the plan on each. Yeah, on next to the wall, and then also on the other side of the mount to the head of the
Oh,
screw.
yeah, good call.
But yeah, so we found those, which was pretty cool. I don't think we found anything else. It was busy as hell. There's
It
hey,
was.
if you need gutter light clips, there's definitely gutter light clips.
This dude telling me that before we even went there, how he had to order these clips on Amazon, of course, right?
I went to put my Christmas
And we're
lights up.
standing in line at Menards, which is what, a 10-minute drive maybe for you?
Yep.
And we're standing in line. There's like a pack of 300 in the checkout line. Like,
300
you
clips.
got to go look for it.
But I don't need 300. I got a pack of 100.
You'd rather
I'm not
wait for
even
this
gonna
shit to
use
come in
that.
the mail. Rather wait for that shit to come in the mail. You could have just had it right there.
Well, the day, to be fair, let's bring this to fairness. To be fair, the day that I was putting up the lights was Thanksgiving, so I didn't even think the store was open, which it might not have been.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, so boom.
You're still waiting on those clips though. This has been.
I am, and I'm hoping it doesn't get too cold so I can get these sweet icicles up. RGB controllable
Oh,
icicles.
sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah. I'm
You're
gonna line the
program
whole
like the music
garage.
and stuff?
The what?
You're gonna program them to music and stuff?
No, I don't have stuff like that. That's crazy. I'm just gonna put
Cool
them
if you
up.
could spell out messages to your neighbors, like get a job. That's
That's
what I
what I
want.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Morse
Good
code.
shit
You
in.
could easily program that.
Get off my lawn.
If I did anything with music, like Sequence said, it would be like the music ones.
Europe Final Countdown.
And it's a light show.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Yep. There's probably some girls in there too. So
Probably.
it's a whole
It's a
orchestra.
general term, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
But-
offended by that term.
Okay, good.
Thank goodness.
So yeah, I also popped some seeds. I popped Skunk House Disco Fries, which is 5 Alive times double burger. So it's a burger.
Say it again. Something.
5
disco
Alive
fries?
times double.
5, like the number 5-alive. Let me see.
No, the name of the strain. Sorry. just
Strain.
the
Oh,
name.
Disco Fries.
Oh, it's just
like
disco
French
fries.
fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. They came with 14 seeds, regulars. They all germinated. They're all now in
What's
Riot
the
cubes.
legacy
I don't use Riot
strain?
cubes. Q plugs. I like Q plugs.
What's the legacy strain? If we go back far enough, what's something in that lineage that we would know what it is?
That's what I'm about to look. 5 Alive is from Canorado Genetics. And so 5 Alive is bubblegum times orange juice probably times grape pie. And bubblegum is bubblegum. Orange juice is
Yep.
probably
Tangy
California
something.
orange times OG Kush times Joseph.
Bubblegum's an old strain.
Yeah, bubblegum's old, and grape pie's been around for a good minute. That's cherry pie times grape stomper. And so we take all that times double burger. And I think double burger is, what's double burger? I forgot. Double burger. I think it might be Donnie times Donnie? No.
Yeah.
No way.
No, it's
They missed a chance to call it
It's
double.
GMO times Donnie.
It's got
That's
It's
the
almost a
gum lineage.
cross.
back
Ooh,
cross,
That's
yeah.
sick.
back cross.
Oh, I'm excited even more.
Especially since usually GMO dominates breeding, so that should
Yeah.
probably come out.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I got those going. I got some new stuff in flour. AJ's sour diesel's taking off. I got some more Chernobyl going.
Now, the
Probably
sour
gonna
diesel is
pollinate.
the one that you were floored by, right? In the smoke
This is the
sample?
one I grew New York sour diesel, and I was like, eh. This one I smoked some from a friend or a coworker, and it was a really good high, and the bag reeked like sour diesel, and so I'm excited about this. See what I can do with it. And yeah, I think there's only one other cut besides that. I don't know whose it is. Oh, what's that guy? Right, not OG Rascal. Someone. I have him on Instagram, but there's only one other person that claims to have a cut, and I don't think there's a need to find another one after AJ's cut. I think that's the real deal sour diesel to me. But yeah, I got that. I got some more Tangy cookie burger back around going in,
Hell yeah.
and something called Fatso from Canorado or Exotic. I don't know. It's a cut I got from the same coworker.
Fatso is a Humboldt, I think, because Rasta Bob ran that outdoors and hated it because it was like, and he was like, Fatso, and you think that the plant's going to be huge, and he's like, and he takes me in the gator by all this rows and rows and rows of these tiny plants that were like this big.
Oh,
And
geez.
they just did not do well outdoors. But
No,
that's
this
not gonna do
plant's
well indoors.
huge. I had to super crop it yesterday. It's huge, but it's kind of lanky, like skinny, branches. So I'm glad I got a scrog over it.
It's one
But
of the
the smoke's like that old school. You smoke and you're like, what's that? It fills the. I smoked in a car once. Fills the car, and you're just to me, it's like, whoa, that's like when we got good shit when we were young, type smell. I don't know.
I've
So
seen test results for Fatso of over 40% online.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I have.
No, I'm not doubting you and
Yeah.
the test results that were presented to you. I don't believe that those test results were accurate, is what I'm saying.
Either way.
yeah,
I just want to go on
I'm
record and
excited
say
for
the
it.
same people. There's other people that said the same thing when 30% came out.
Yep, I agree.
That's fair, and I don't know enough about the strain, so maybe I'm just going off of what my experience.
Well, there's total cannabinoid and there's THC and all that too.
Well,
But yeah, so that's what I got going.
good point. No, that's a
Got
real
some.
good point.
Yeah, I told you I got Mac 1 going. Anybody else got anything new going?
Not really anything new, but that just a quick update on that Spartan grown cut I got of the milk or Cobra milk.
Yeah,
rather.
the Cobra milk.
Yeah, they all are transplanted into 3 gallons. I left them over the weekend and fed them nice and heavy, and they're all shooting up real nice in the new pots. So I'm probably gonna give them maybe like 10 to 14 more days. Throw them in 10 gallons and take a ton of clones, and then throw them into flower and get like a real batch that I can get some, not only like singular flavors of it on its own, but maybe some combos as well. So that honestly, we're talking, God, that's probably like April. That's probably Hash Bash Cup at this point that we'll have those, but that's something I'm looking forward to. I know I got a couple other flavors in there. I think I have 5 other strains or phenotypes of strains that I have going from that pheno hunt. I've literally whittled it down from like 50 to 5, I think, at this point.
Pheno hunt of what?
Just a wide variety of seeds that I completely abused over the course of months to see what would make it. And
yeah,
I'm at 5, and I don't think any of them have been even cloned yet. So, but we're, I'll tell you what, I left for a few days and came back, and my veg room is just exploded. It's just wild. So I'm gonna probably move like 6 to 8 10-gallon plants from that tarantula 4x8 room essentially, and that's maybe half of what's in that room. I'm going to move that into flower. I literally like so much, I could stick a bong, like almost like fit my whole forearm in between plants before, like this time last week, and right now there's there's nowhere to slide without just getting absolutely destroyed by leaf blown on me. So it's blown up pretty quickly, but I'm glad because I have a fully open 4x8 table and flower right now. I got 2 lights off, so might as well fill it up,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I got Vortex and flower right now, so that'll be cool to be able to smoke that again. And then Blue Dream from You Baked. That's in my veg. That's the other new thing.
Organic Blue Dream, Santa Cruz.
That's still in veg. I mean, it's still in the cup, but it needs to be transplanted probably tonight.
Keep up on that default, like you told
and
me with Mac 1. Keep up on the Blue Dream. You'll be thankful later.
And I think I'm gonna flip it quick. Like I don't want it to get too tall because you told me it stretched. It's bolting quite a lot.
No, it didn't stretch much.
Oh, you didn't think? Okay.
No, that one it stretched like I don't know, just like a little bit. I don't know how to say.
It's a 50%, right? Like that was one of the first strains I grew, and I
would say
guarantee it's not the same cut,
close to 50, a little bit under, if anything. But I
but
wouldn't worry about
it's
the
like
stretch.
stacked, right? It's just like this, like left and right.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of branches,
So you got the de-leafing, it's a lot of leaf.
Let all the branches get up there, but
All right.
Yeah, it's not gonna get tall. It's definitely nothing to be worried about, like GMO or anything like that.
No,
it's way far away from that. If it stretches at all, but it's not a big stretcher. But I got those pineapple mousses you'll like because those don't stretch at all. So
Nice.
I was like, come on
Like
through the
Banana
net,
Daddy
come
with
on
the
through the
stick
net,
ball.
and it didn't. And it started at the net pretty much. So, yeah. Yep.
I'm getting ready to throw a Mac 1 probably, I don't know, sometime this week maybe. Mac 1 in the flower, which I haven't had in a while. So I can't.
How long
Yeah.
has it been in veg, man? How many weeks?
I don't know. I don't keep track of any of this shit in veg.
Months.
Just throw them when
Yeah.
they're big enough. They go in the
Yeah.
flower. I don't keep track of hardly any of that stuff.
I keep track of flower, but I don't keep track of it.
Yeah, I keep track of when it goes in the flower and how many flower days it had for sure. But I don't.
Which light are you using in veg right now, Spartan?
The Master 6 from Grandmaster level. Grandmaster LEDs, I guess it is. And I've got it turned down to like, I don't know, 50% or something, 40, 50%, because it's just so fucking strong. And then it was just making my plants yellow out. I think they're trying to grow too fast, and so they're getting nutrient deficient. I just calmed down the light, and they seem to be way better. And then in flower, I go back and forth. I have the long legs, which is an 8-bar, and then this flower cycle I'm under now is under the Vulcan, which is the board board light, and I think I like the bar light better, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And
I love the quantum boards.
Why? Like, what is the reason why?
I like I feel like it gets better light spread with the bars.
Bigger
honestly.
footprint.
I mean, makes sense.
And maybe I'm sure that the quantum, or not the quantum, what is it called? The tarantula boards. No, they're called the Vulcan boards. The Vulcan boards, I think, are probably a little bit more powerful. In a MySpace with the height restriction, it's probably too powerful. I do have it down to 85%.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I seem like I had less struggle with too much light with the bar light than I did with the board light.
What do you think about airflow? Because how much do you think the board style impedes, vertical or even horizontal airflow versus the bars, which may like throw the air off its course, but it's not really impeding it so much?
I don't think you're impeding much because they're both. Your airflow is horizontal mainly. You're going off the walls. You're not aiming from the ceiling down or the ground up.
I go from the floor up. I do.
You do?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I circulate that cold air below my tables, just on that side of the room. But
yeah, I have floor fans, but they're not aimed up. They're just circulating the floor, and then everything.
I have both. So I have like the Quest. I don't know, whatever it's called, the Quest Air Mover, I think, and it moves.
Oh,
like
and it has does it have a filter in it?
No, that one doesn't. They have a version of it.
That's sick. A HEPA
it'd
filter.
be nice to have one. Yeah, a couple of those
expensive.
even. Yeah, for sure. They're $600-$700 $8 or something like that. But I also just we're talking about inline fans and using them for carbon filters in our studios and stuff. I took one of those old inline fans from living that HPS cooled hood life for so many years, and now that just is mounted to my wall right at the level that my table sits, and it shoots air from below my tables to above my tables. There's just one over there.
Mixes the cold air.
Yeah, I mean it just circulates the air around vertically around the tables.
It's more than cold air. I would think that your CO2's falling, your humidity's falling.
Sure,
it's going to
everything.
But I don't think that's going to inhibit
microclimates.
Get inhibited from the lights. Because that's on the wall. Your lights are usually not on the wall.
Typically, the fans are below the lights, right? They're in between kind of the canopy and the lights.
I think if you did an aerodynamics test, the bar lights would be more aerodynamic. But I don't think in our scenarios the airflow matters. I think as long as you have airflow on top and bottom of your lights, you're good to LEDs. You're good to go. Make sure that power bank supply box is getting airflow, and that's the big thing. And then
make your light last longer too.
Yeah, exactly. So I just
fair enough. I'm probably splitting hairs, but I just a thought.
No, hey, every percent counts. Sequence always used to talk about the barrel model, and you fill it up. You want to get it to the brim, you got to do everything. So that's a good tip on the wall mount. We might do one of those if we decide air circulation isn't the best.
Dude,
Right.
and if nothing, like you guys said, have a floor fan, because that will do some of the work,
Mhm.
dispersing that against the walls and up and everything, and it'll get caught with the rest of it. But if you feel like you might have, like Red said, some microclimates, which are pretty much inevitable, it's just another way to help.
Yeah.
You're adding to your electricity bill. Maybe get a nice efficient fan to do that work. But I just have mine on full blast 24/7. It's I think an 8-inch fan. It does some work.
Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
yeah, if you have an AC Infinity lying around, you put it on a timer.
And that
Boom.
takes us right up to the edge of the program again, man.
Edge.
Oh,
Come
wow.
back through tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the late sesh.
The late sesh.
We'll probably talk more about chickens tomorrow night.
Walk.
And fire poles and other oddball.
Give me your best
topics.
Bach. Give me your best Bach.
Come back to see what an early Christmas gift that
You guys
Sequence
are-
bought me.
You guys are great Grinches.
I really want to pull up the live stream of my chickens right now, but it's going to take me a minute. So sorry, maybe next time, maybe tomorrow night.
You can take care of your chicken after the show for growing.